who can turn the world on with her smile, who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile. Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Hey, Murray, do me a favor. Help me pick out a name for my kid.
Ted, you mean you haven't named her yet?
What's the rush?
Well, she's more than a month old. Besides, I thought you had chosen Mary Lou.
Well, Mary Lou's a nice name, but so are a lot of others. Now, I hate to commit myself.
Ted, I'm your friend. I'll commit you.
I mean, why does she need a name right away? I mean, she won't come if we call her. She can't even walk, can't do anything. Well, hardly anything.
Good morning.
Oh,
morning, Mary.
Hey, guys, I think I may just have had what could be a truly great idea. What do you think of Barbara Jean Smathers?
No, the last name has to be Baxter.
Barbara Jean Smathers.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the Olympic swimmer.
Aha, the ex-swimmer. She's now doing local broadcasting, and I saw a tape of her commenting on a swimming race, and Murray, she was knowledgeable, poised, and I suddenly thought to myself, wouldn't she be fantastic on the news?
Hey. Hold on. We don't need anybody else on the news. We've got me. I'm all you could ask for in a newscaster.
And less.
No, Ted, I meant just to do the sports, that's all. Murray, she's attractive, she knows about sports, she's got a great on-camera personality. What do you think?
Well, I hate to agree with Ted, Mayor, but I am not too thrilled by the idea of having my copy mangled by some dummy in a tank suit.
Hey, wait a minute. What makes you think she's a dummy?
Oh, come on, Mary, let's face it. Someone who has spent half her life in water is bound to be a little,
Wrinkled. People don't like to watch wrinkled news. Sorry, Mary, the subject is closo.
The subject is not closed. Murray, I expect this from Ted, but why are you being so negative?
Well, I just don't think we gain anything by sticking some pretty little ninny on the news.
Pretty little Minnie. Murray, she happens to be a college graduate. She's bright, she's articulate. She's a woman. That's why you're both against the idea.
Oh, hey, man, no.
Exactly.
Well, I'm the producer of the news, and I think it's a good idea, so that's that. And now the subject is closo.
You notice you don't see her rushing in there to suggest her idea to Lou? Oh, sure, she's brave with us. But telling Lou is a different matter. Somehow or other, I don't hear the little patter of her feet as she scampers in here to lay her wonderful idea on Lou.
Who is it?
It's me, Mary.
Buzz off, Ted.
Mr. Grant, it's me, Mary.
That's very good, Ted, but buzz off anyway. Don't play silly games outside my door this early in the morning.
I'm sorry.
Now, what is it?
Mr. Grant, if I asked you something, would you at least think about it for a while before answering?
Sure. Anything else?
Yes. There really is something I want to discuss with you. Why don't you come to my place for dinner tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Fine. What do you want to discuss?
Well, all right, just so you can give it some thought. I was thinking, wouldn't it be a sensational idea to hire someone like Barbara Jean Smathers to do the sports on our news?
Forget it.
Why?
Because I know exactly why you're suggesting it, Mary. You think it'd be cute to have a woman do the sports.
I don't think anything of the
Yeah,
kind.
the big thing
Cute.
these days is for women to get into fields that used to be just for the guys, right?
Well, maybe so, but not
So
in
you
my
said to
case, Mr.
yourself, hey, wouldn't it be cute and clever and different to have sports done by a woman, since sports are usually done by a guy? Oh, Mary, there's a good reason why guys do sports.
There is no reason why a woman can't do
How many
sports.
passes did Fran Tarkenton complete last season?
Mr. Grant, I don't happen to follow football, so
Now, come on, take a wild guess. How many passes did he complete?
several. Mr. Grant, I don't happen to follow sports, but Barbara Jean Smathers is a swimmer.
That's not sports. Football is sports. It's a football town. Tarkenton and the Vikings, that's what people care about. Plus baseball, basketball, hockey.
Sports is sports. Are sports, rather. And Barbara Jean Smathers can do them. Do it. Just them as well as...
Not on my newscast, she can't.
Well, that's just narrow-minded and stubborn.
That's better than trying to be cute and clever and with it.
I can't believe you're accusing me of something that dumb.
I can't believe you want to do it.
Mr. Grant, the idea of hiring Barbara Jean Smathers to do sports is not dumb. What's dumb is rejecting the idea because of some stupid prejudice. That is dumb.
I don't believe we have anything further to discuss.
Thank you for your time.
Don't mention it. Hello. You didn't say what time. Is this okay?
Okay for what?
Dinner. You did invite me to dinner, didn't you?
Well, yes, Mr. Grant, but I can't imagine after that scene in your office that you would think it's still on.
You never said it wasn't.
Do you mean to tell me you expect us to sit down and eat dinner tonight after that fight we had?
Mary, during World War II, everyone was fighting, but we all kept eating.
Yeah, but you never sat down to eat with the Germans.
They never invited me. And you did. What's for chow?
Chow is over, Mr. Grant.
Maybe for you, but not for me. Mary, you invited me to dinner. You have a sacred obligation. You owe me food. Well, what are we having?
It just so happens, Mr. Grant, I have nothing left. I had one piece of liver. I cooked it. I ate it.
Liver? Oh. Well, maybe you can make me something else. How about an omelet?
No eggs.
Well, there's got to be something in here you can whip up. There's nothing in here.
Just what I told you, Mr. Grant. I was very busy. I was going to do my shopping tonight.
Well, there's got to be something around. Aha! Peanut butter. Where do you keep the bread?
No bread.
Saltines.
No saltines.
No saltines? And you call yourself a woman? You knew I was coming over here, didn't you? And you hid everything.
Oh, Mr. Grant, you know perfectly well after that argument we had over Barbara Jean Smathers, there is no way...
Barbara Jean Smathers. Oh, the swimmer.
The ex-swimmer who I think would make a sensational sportscaster.
Well, if you feel that way, why don't you hire her? You got any Jell-O?
You're saying that I can hire her?
Well, you are the producer, Mary. Hey, any flavor. You don't even have to cook it.
You're going to let me make this decision?
Well, sure. That's part of a producer's job, Mary, you know, hiring and firing. If you feel this girl is good, why don't you hire her? Why ask me? You know, I can still smell that liver. Wait, was it all crusty with flour and bacon?
Yeah, a little crusty, little flour, a little bacon. Mr. Grant, let me get this straight. You're saying that you'll let me interview her and then use my own judgment?
Sure. Did you add just a touch of wine?
Yeah, just a little touch of wine. Oh, Mr. Grant, thank you so much. You're not going to regret this. I'm going to call Barbara Jean and arrange an interview. You won't be sorry. Thanks so much.
Hey, wait a minute. How about dinner?
No, thanks. I already ate.
What time is Barbara Jean due?
Any minute, as a matter of fact.
What you coming up here for?
For an interview. I've been looking at a lot of videotapes of other shows she's done, and I'm very impressed. I just want to talk to her personally before I make up my mind.
Maybe I ought to check her out.
I don't think so, Ted.
Oh, I see. No guys allowed, eh? Just Mary and the wetback.
Ted,
Okay, Mary. I'll help get you in the mood.
Ted, she could come in here.
Everybody out of the pool.
Ted, I'm going to buy you a cup of coffee, even though it might keep you awake.
Hi, I'm Barbara Jean Smathers. Who's Mary Richards?
I am.
I'm Mary. Hello, Barbara Jean.
Hi.
It's nice to see you. This is Murray Slaughter.
Hi.
Ted Baxter.
Hi, fellas. Just call me BJ.
So you're the swimmer, eh? I bet you're a pretty good floater, too.
I'm an ex-swimmer, Mr. Baxter, but I want to be a newscaster now because I think it's the highest and most noble profession that anyone can aspire to. But the real reason I want this job is for the chance to work with one of the legendary giants in the business. Oh, I think you can teach me so much.
Young lady, I think you and I are going to get along. Get this, Murray.
Ted, you're not going to say swimmingly, are you?
That was my word. English Ted, my word, boys.
Would you like the coffee?
Sure, thanks. Black, please.
You handled that very well.
You think he's the only Ted Baxter in the world?
Oh, I'd like to think so, yes.
Thanks. I've done a little broadcasting already, Mary, and I know the kind of attitude I can expect from the men on the staff.
Well, that's good, because I think you're not going to find it's any different at this station.
Oh, I don't know. They've got a woman producer. Besides, I understand how men feel. Sports has been a man's private domain for a long, long time, a place to get away from women. I'm kind of a threat.
Gee, I never thought of it that way.
But on the other hand, women have a long tradition of participating in sports. Take the year 1931. Did you know that most of the swimming medals that year went to a woman?
Eleanor Holmes.
Ah, Mr. Grant, I'd like you to meet B.J. Smathers. This is Lou Grant.
Hi, Lou. I am impressed. Do you follow women's swimming?
I know a little bit about it. I keep informed.
Well, you were very close, but wrong. Well, Eleanor Holmes won several that year, but Helene Madison, she won the most.
Yeah, that's right. I was just testing you.
Mr. Grant, I want to hire B.J.
Well, you're the producer, Mary. It's your decision. Welcome to WJM. I hope you like working here. And I got a tip for you. The first tip. There's a guy I know just called and said there's a rumor that they're going to trade Fran Tarkenton.
Wow! Thanks, Lou. You know, in my last station, the men wouldn't have given me the time of day.
Well, I think you'll find we're a little different than your last station. Good luck.
You know something? He is terrific.
Yeah, he is terrific. And so are you. You're going to be a great sportscaster. Congratulations.
Thank you. Mary, by the way, this Fran Tarkenton, who is she?
We'll be back right after this word from our sponsor with WJM's new sports lady, B.J. Smathers.
Homer, I just hope I haven't made a mistake.
Oh, relax, Mary, so the girl doesn't follow the Vikings. So what?
Oh, but Murr, can someone cover sports without understanding the complexities of football?
Well, why not? Ted covers weather without understanding the complexities of slush.
Night.
Mr. Grant, you're not leaving.
Yeah, I thought I'd stroll out of the bar.
But what about BJ?
Mary, relax. Whoever does the sports night has got it made. In addition to the rumor about Tarkenton, there was a killer hockey game, a double overtime basketball game, and a baseball trade. You couldn't have picked a better night.
I know, but still.
And if I stick around, it'll just make you more nervous, and neither of us wants that.
No.
So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll meet for dinner after the show, and you tell me how it went.
Okay, all right. But listen, you come to my place. I still owe you a dinner.
Yeah, you do. Okay. But no liver. I hate liver.
Here goes.
Now I'd like to introduce a new member of the WJM news staff. Now, I know a lot of you out there are going to ask, why have they got some dizzy chick doing the sports? Well, that's a fair question. I'd like to take this moment to answer that, if I may. It's our business. If you don't like it, lump it. Hello, Barbara Jean Smathers with the sports. Speed it up while you were a little behind.
Thanks, Ted. In the European Championship in Helsinki today, Sven Norberg became the second man this year to win back-to-back titles in the men's 200 and 400-meter freestyle swimming competition with times of 1 minute and 51 seconds and 3 minutes and 55 seconds.
Okay, she did that very well.
Yeah, she did. But why did she use that for her lead story?
What about local sports?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Ted. In St. Paul this week, the Association of High School Swimming Coaches met to design a new code for pool safety.
She's giving high school swimming news?
Well, Murr, it's not just high school. I mean, pool safety is important to us all.
Anything else, PJ?
Oh, yes, Ted, this diving item just came in.
Diving item?
Diving item?
Yes, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
From Fort Lauderdale?
Where 11-year-old Debbie Rothenberg is on her way to winning the state 3-meter springboard diving championship.
Oh, that's very interesting, PJ. Now I have some
It's
items.
more than interesting, Ted. It's inspiring.
Well, I'm sure it
Especially
is.
for anyone who believes, as I do, that the future of this country depends on physically fit youngsters.
Well, that goes double for me, too.
You know, we hear a lot about juvenile delinquency.
I'd like
but when
to
I
say-
see someone like this 11-year-old girl practicing day in and day out with
time
the
is almost up.
dedication that it takes to become a diver.
Until tomorrow, then.
And I'm not concerned about the future of this country. Here's to you, little Debbie, and always remember.
This is Ted Baxter saying...
Keep your knees straight and that back arching.
Oh, dear.
Where did she get those items?
Not me. I gave her football, basketball, and hockey.
Well, Murray, I told her she had 1 minute, exactly 60 seconds to report all the sports and then let Ted finish the show.
Oh, come on now, Mayor. Relax. It's her first time. She didn't know any better. So what? It's no big deal. Who cares?
Oh,
I want that woman shot. I'm the laughing stock of the entire broadcasting industry.
What else is new?
Look at that. I don't get a chance to do the lighter side of the news, or the editorial, or the plea for world peace. Mary, if a war breaks out tomorrow, don't blame me.
I'm really sorry.
I want this thing settled right here and now.
Well, Mary, how'd I do? Did I make you proud?
Well, BJ...
Right here and now, Mary.
BJ, I'll tell you what. Why don't you and I meet later over dinner? I want a chance to get some notes together. all right?
Mary, I want this settled.
All right. BJ, you and I can meet at my place in a half hour, and we'll talk everything over then, all right?
See ya.
Sure. You chicks will get together and laugh the whole thing off.
Ted, we two chicks aren't going to laugh anything off. In the first place, I happen to agree with you. In the second place, I'm very upset about tonight's show. And in the third place...
you already invited Lou to dinner.
So how the sportscasts go tonight?
Well, I
Fine.
Do you really think so?
Oh, yes. Fine. How's that drink, Mr. Grant? Enough scotch?
Oh, yeah, it's just right, Mary. Tell me about the show.
How about some more water?
No, thank you. It's fine. So, how did you handle the North Stars game? Did you show that film of the fight when their goalie got 4 teeth knocked out?
No, I didn't, Lou. To tell you the truth, I think there's enough violence on television, and that's why I oppose contact sports on principle.
You oppose contact sports?
Mr. Grant, would you like some dip?
But by contact sports, you mean boxing, football, hockey?
Not just those. Will you look at the extent to which basketball has become a vicious physical battle?
Basketball is vicious?
Mr. Grant, you know those saltines you like so much. Well, I bought some for you.
Mary, sit.
Lou, I think athletics in this country has got to take a whole new turn, and that's why I'm prepared...
What sports did you report on tonight? The rumor about Tarkenton.
I didn't have time for that.
You didn't have time to report the Tarkenton story? What were you covering?
The Rothenberg story.
Huh?
Lou, there's an 11-year-old diver in Florida breaking every record in the book. She's...
Children's diving? You left out Tarkenton for children's diving?
I haven't had a chance to discuss...
You want to cover sports in Minnesota and not mention the Vikings? You know what you are? You're cuckoo. In fact, you're more than cuckoo. You're fired.
Mr. Grant, BJ, would you excuse us for just a moment, please? And you're not fired.
She not fired?
She's not. She's my responsibility, Mr. Grant. BJ, if you don't mind, would you please just lock yourself in the bathroom until Mr. Grant calms down?
Calms down? Mary, what do you mean by countermanding me? A sportscaster won't cover the Vikings. You gotta fire her.
No, I don't, Mr. Grant. All right, I admit, BJ made a poor choice of items.
A poor choice? Children's diving over Tarkenton?
But my point is she showed great poise on camera, delivered the news well, she had personality, she looked sensational, she did everything else right. I just need to straighten her out.
Can't be done.
Yes, it can, Mr. Grant. Come on, you trusted me so far. Will you just leave the rest to me? I know how to handle people like BJ. You don't.
Okay. Okay. It's your neck. What do you want me to do?
Go home.
Without dinner?
I know, Mr. Grant, please, it would just make it easier if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. You know the nice thing about eating at your place? I never leave feeling bloated.
BJ! BJ, that was my fault. I should have talked about your mistakes with you privately.
What mistakes?
Well, you know what Mr. Grant mentioned about leaving out all the...
Violence?
Well, the basketball and the hockey and so forth, while devoting so much time to, swimming.
Mary, swimming is completely nonviolent.
Yes, I know that. But you see, on the news...
You don't understand. Swimming is respected all over the world.
Yes, of course, it truly is. But you see, Mr. Grant and I feel that there are a lot of people who are interested in those other sports, you see. And, well, since we are the producers of the news, we have to decide on the content. So, BJ, I'm asking you, please, just to try to make an attempt to do it our way.
Well, you may be the producers of this show, but nobody can make me do anything against my conscience. This is a principle with me, Mary. I'm going to do the sportscast the way that I think they should be done. And if you don't like it, well, you're just going to have to fire me.
What? BJ, hey, BJ. Hey. Come on. Listen. Sit down.
Yes, Mary?
You're fired.
Come in.
Mr. Grant, I just want to say this very quickly and get it over with. I was wrong. I made a mistake. I'm very sorry. Okay?
Okay, Mary.
Is that it? You're not going to say anything?
No, I don't plan to say anything. That would demonstrate a lack of class, and I like to think I'm capable of taking the high road.
Well, I really appreciate that.
Lou Grant isn't an I-told-you-so person.
I'm glad.
It'd just be too easy in a case like this. You stuck your neck out too far and you flopped too badly.
Mr. Grant, is this the high road?
No, this is the preparation for it. Now I'll take the high road. I think you handle this whole thing in a highly professional manner.
You do?
Yes. Moreover, I think you struck a blow for women's equality, and I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you. In what way?
Well, you proved that a woman deserves a chance to be just as lousy in a job as a man.
Well, that's right. I did do that.
And that another woman has the right to make a rotten decision and to hire that incompetent woman who does such a lousy job.
Right.
And that, having made that dumb, stupid decision, the second woman is still capable of recognizing the fact that she's a dope, and that the first woman, who did such a lousy, rotten, stinking job, should be fired for being such a total disaster. I'm really proud of you, Mary. Congratulations.
Thank you. Mr. Grant.
Hmm?
What's the low road?
who can turn the world on with her smile, who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile. Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
I'm sorry I'm late, Lou, but you know how fans can hold you up.
Yeah. It took Ted hours to find one.
Okay, we should have had this meeting long ago. Our newscasts have gotten pretty static. I want to do something new, something different, something that's never been done before. So, I have decided to hire a lady to do a short editorial segment on the show every evening.
You mean like Kathy Daniels at WKGW?
Yeah, something like that. She'll do special interest
And
items.
Sylvia McMahon over Channel 6, if she's another one.
On that order, yeah. To broaden our appeal.
And what's that girl's name at Channel 3 and 11?
Broaden our appeal and make our news more
Christian.
Why would we want to make our news more Christian, Ted?
Martha Christian. She's doing it.
That's the one.
All right. So it's been done before. That doesn't make it a bad idea. News from the woman's point of view.
Well, Lou, why can't I do it?
Ted, what Mr. Grant means is that a woman will provide additional insight without taking away any of your own unique and invaluable qualities.
Well, do you have any particular woman in mind, Lou?
No. We'll hold auditions next week. Mary put some ads in the paper, that sort of thing.
Any particular qualifications?
Well, she doesn't have to have a lot of experience in television, but she should be attractive like you, Mary. She should be about Mary's age. Bright, well-dressed like Mary.
Well, why not just ask Mary?
She's wrong for it. Okay, that about wraps up the meeting.
Okay, I'll get on this right away.
Yeah, I want to help Mary screen the candidates.
Say, Lou, how much are you paying her?
Don't worry, Ted. It's going to be less than what you make, around $15,000. It's worth it to give the show a new look.
Lou, I could give you that new look and save you 5 big ones.
What are you talking about?
For $10,000, I'll grow a beard.
Get out of my office.
How about a mustache for 5?
Ted?
Come on, Lou, give me a break. Sideburns for 2?
Ted, you just listened to me describe the kind of woman we're looking for. In that entire description, did you hear anything about a beard, a mustache, a sideburn?
I'm just trying to help, Lou.
Don't slam the door, Ted.
I'll pluck my eyebrows for $100 now, tell you.
Who is it?
Georgette.
Come on in.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
I hope I'm not disturbing you. Please tell me if I am.
No, you're not disturbing me.
I'm not sure you'd tell me if I were.
Yeah, I would.
No, because you'd think you might embarrass me. And rather than embarrass me, you wouldn't say anything. You're so nice and patient and kind. You wouldn't say anything, would you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Thank you. But I don't want to disturb you.
Georgette! Come here. You're not disturbing me. I'm all yours. What can I do for you? Oh, sorry. 3 minutes are up.
Can I have 3 more?
No, Georgette, really. I just wash and stuff. Just timing it.
I like the way you stuffed your hat.
Thanks. What do you want to see me about?
I want to talk to you about the lady newscaster.
Ted sent you, didn't he?
No, he brought me. He's downstairs in the car, but you're not supposed to know.
Okay, I don't.
So don't ask why doesn't he come up.
Won't.
It's lucky you have 2 chairs that far apart. Anyway, about this lady newscaster. Please don't laugh. But we want me to be her.
You want to audition for the job?
Absolutely. Cross my heart, I swear.
Really?
No. I told Ted I'm not a very good liar.
Ted wants you to audition?
Yes.
That just doesn't sound like Ted.
When he heard how much the salary was. He sent me over here to butter you up. But don't think that that's why I said I like the way you stuffed your hat. I do. I like the way you stuffed your hat.
Thank you. Georgette, I just can't believe that you'd want to audition for that job.
But I don't. That's what I told Ted. I said, Ted, I don't want to audition. And he said, why not? And I said, that's just not me. And he said, then who is it? And I said, Mary.
Me?
You'd be perfect, Mary. You're just what you're looking for.
No, Georgette, come on. I'm a behind-the-scenes person. Although, I did do that editorial once, and I wasn't bad, was I? No, I didn't. You really think I should try out for the job?
Yes, really. I said, Ted, I don't want to audition. And he said, why not? And I said, that's just not me. And he said, then who is it? And I said, Mary.
Fine, and be prepared with 1 or 2 minutes of news copy. Well, no, it doesn't matter. Just anything that's comfortable. All right, fine. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
A lot of girls interested in auditioning?
Ah, dozens. Hey, Murr, you remember what you said in the meeting yesterday?
No.
Yeah, come on, sure you do. You said some silly thing about hiring me for the job.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Except Mary. But you want to know why I didn't say hello, Mary?
No, Ted.
All right, I'll tell you why. The reason I didn't say hello is I think it's pretty low. When a person asks a friend to go to another friend to do the first friend a favor and the second friend tears the first friend's heart out.
Oh, Ted, Georgette doesn't want the job. She doesn't think she has the talent.
Oh, that's ridiculous. How much talent does it take?
Hey, wait a minute, Ted. Wait a minute. You don't think that job requires a certain amount of skill?
No, I don't.
I mean, you feel that any fool can do it?
That's right, just about any fool.
Let me get this straight, Ted. Now, you were saying that any half-wit could just walk in here and read the news?
That's right, just about any half-wit. But don't you bother to audition for the job, Marie. Lou wants a girl.
I got you! I got you! I got you! I did it! I got him! I finally failed! I just lost a duel of wits to an unarmed opponent.
Oh, Mr. Grant, do you have a minute?
No.
Oh, well, I'll just take a moment then.
I don't have a moment, Mary.
All right, very quickly then. Mr. Grant, you remember that on-the-air editorial I did?
Yes.
Well, I wasn't bad, was I?
No, Mary, you weren't. Come in.
Mr. Grant, you remember yesterday you said you were looking for a girl like me for the newscaster job?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm a girl like me. In fact, I'm probably the girl most like me I know.
Mary, don't you think you were the first one I thought of for the job?
Well, then why didn't you let me audition for it?
Well, because I'm afraid I'd hurt you if you auditioned and I had to tell you I was giving the job to someone else. I just couldn't bear hurting your feelings that much, Mary.
Oh, Mr. Grant.
And I really think you'd stink. Look, Try to imagine that it was me who was trying to be a newscaster, and you had to tell me that... No, that's a rotten example. I'd be terrific.
Grant, it's not going to break my heart if I don't get the job. And it certainly wouldn't be the first disappointment I've had in life.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've had plenty of disappointments.
Like what?
Well, of course, things have been pretty good lately. All right. When I was in high school, I ran for the president of my senior class. Boy, I painted posters. I made speeches. I campaigned for months.
And you lost.
No, I won, but not by nearly as much as I thought I would. But I got over it eventually.
Excuse me.
So, Mr. Grant, all I'm asking for is the chance to audition, just like anybody else.
Oh, okay. You can put your name on the list.
Oh, Mr. Grant, thank you.
So I was right. She did want that job for herself. I never would have believed she could be so sly, so cunning, so ambitious. Intriguing behind the backs of her very best friends. And all for an extra few $1,000s a year. She's my kind of woman.
Thank you, Mr. Baxter. Mr. Baxter. Thank you, Ted. Thanks, Ted. Thank you, Ted. Excuse me, Ted.
Who is it? It's Sue Ann, dear.
Well, what a nice surprise.
I happen to be in the neighborhood.
Doing what?
Coming to see you. Oh, Mary, I love this apartment. I love what you've done to it.
I haven't done anything to it.
I know. That's your guts. Mary, I would kill for a cup of coffee.
That's why I'm going to offer you one.
Mary, I'll tell you why I'm here. I have decided to audition for that woman's point of view spot on your show. In fact, I've already prepared what I think is a very solid piece of copy on the recent mudslides in Alaska.
How do you take it?
Very seriously.
I'm into coffee.
Oh, coffee experts agree a good cup of coffee should always be savory just as it comes from the pot. Hot, rich, and black. I just have a little cream and sugar.
Joanne, why do you want to be on our show? You're the happy homemaker.
Yes. And the happy homemaker is very unhappy.
About what?
I have done that show every day since July 1963. You know what that means, Mary? It means I've been smiling for 11 years.
I never thought of it that way.
I want a job where I don't have to smile. I don't like smiling all the time. It's against my nature.
Sue Ann, you're smiling.
I am. Right now?
Uh-huh.
I can't tell anymore. I'm in a rut, Mary. Everything I do is mechanical. I just go through the motions.
Oh, well, Sue Ann, come on. Everyone feels that way about her job sometimes.
But I can't pretend anymore. I've cooked it all. I've eaten it all. I've cleaned it, trimmed it, and stuffed it twice.
Gee, I can sympathize.
Monotony has turned me into a bitter, spiteful person. Oh, I know you haven't noticed, but it has.
Really?
You know, I don't want to be that way, Mary. I want to be a nice person. And with your help, I'm going to be a nice person. And changing jobs is the first step.
Well, Sue Ann, that puts me in a sort of an awkward position, see, because I'm going to try out for the job, too.
Well, now, I want
wonder how a nice person would react to that news.
Well, I don't think
A
it...
nice person wouldn't point out the dubious ethics of an associate producer auditioning for her own show. A really nice person wouldn't use phrases like undue influence or conflict of interest or two-bit double-crossing think.
Oh, now, just a minute, Sue Ann. In the language of the newsroom, that's an allegation. I have no more influence over the audition than anybody else.
Mary, dear, in the language of the kitchen, that's a crock.
And thus, the repercussions of an upsurging inflationary spiral are as inevitable as they are catastrophic.
You better believe it. And very well put, incidentally. That was a woman's point of view.
Okay, thank you. Bring in the next girl.
That was just awful, wasn't it? I hated myself. I was just awful.
No, you weren't. You were fine. Thank you.
How was I, Lou?
Just awful.
Good morning, Lou.
Oh, good morning, Sue Ann. Ted will brief you.
Sue-Ann, park it over here. That's the camera. When the red light goes on, that means that the camera is about...
I know what I'm doing. Just cue me and then stick a sock in it.
All right, everybody. And action.
And now with the new feature, news from a woman's point of view, Sue Ann Nivens.
Thank you very much, Ted. And good evening. Massive mudslides wreak havoc. Late last evening, huge mudslides in south central Alaska buried the picturesque little village of Nornsk, long noted for its tapestries and woolly artifacts. Apple-cheeked housewives bustling down the cobbled streets were swept away by slithering mounds of mud. Let's all hope that survivors remembered that stubborn grime can be removed with a blend of and cornstarch. Victims, plucked gagging from the slime, were treated at the high school gym, stunningly decorated for that night's prom, the theme of which is fun on the farm. Volunteers, dressed as cows and chickens, circulated among the injured, passing out hand-embroidered tea towels. Hot soup, always a nourishing basic, was ladled from a tureen concealed inside a huge pink papier-mâché pig. And now, back to Ted.
Thank you. Enid Beringer, The Twin Cities.
And that was a woman's point of view.
Thank you. Okay, everybody, let's break for 5 minutes. Mary's next.
Mare?
Listen, Ted, I can wait. Why don't you let someone else go first?
You're the last one, Mare.
Oh, well, maybe someone else would like to do it again.
Oh, come on.
Oh, why did I get myself into this?
Mary? You're nervous.
Yeah, I am.
Listen, you've got nothing to worry about if you trust me. Okay? Because, Mary, I'm on your side. I want you to win. Now, do you trust me?
No, of course not.
Listen, I know how to please an audience. When I read the news, that camera is a person to me, the most wonderful person in the world. I caress it with my eyes. My mouth may be saying the cost of living went up 0.8%, but my eyes are singing, be my love.
Okay, we're ready, Mary. Quiet, everybody. Action.
Remember, just pretend the camera's your lover. Make love to it with your eyes. And now, a woman's point of view with Mary Richards.
Thank you, Ted. It's been 10 years since Congress passed the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
Eyes.
None of the 5 agencies of the federal government has done anything to enforce it.
Mary, whatever you got in your eye, you want to get it out?
Oh, hey, Lou, you gonna give Mary another try?
What for? She wasn't good, Murray. I wish she had been. I wish she'd been terrific, but she tried twice and she wasn't.
I know, but she was nervous.
Just don't know how I'm going to break it to her. You wouldn't like to, would you?
Sorry, Lou. I'm no good at breaking bad news. I still haven't told Marie I'm going bald.
Oh, you wanted to see me, Mr. Grant?
Oh, yeah, Enid. Welcome to the news team.
Welcome to the... Does that mean I got the job?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Grant.
Enid, one of the first things you'll want to learn about this job is no hugging. We're not a hugging newsroom. Some staffs hug, we don't. Tell you what, you go on down to personnel, tell them you're starting Monday, and fill out all the forms.
Right away. Thank you, Mr. Grant.
You'll like personnel, they hug.
So, Mr. Grant, any decision?
Not yet.
Well, I wasn't rushing you, just, wondered if there was any kind of decision.
Mary, I haven't made the decision yet because you're going to make it. Your second take was very good.
Oh, Mr. Grant, thank you. I was still a little nervous.
Very good. Yeah. But there's one other tape I want you to look at. It's between you and this girl. Now, you watch, and you tell me.
Point of view, Enid Beringer.
Thank you, Mr. Baxter. I would like to give you the woman's point of view, but I'm having a problem trying to figure out exactly what the woman's point of view is. I mean, do all women think alike? Do Bella Abzug and Connie Stevens think of exactly the same thing when they get up in the morning? Okay, maybe when they first get up in the morning, but after that, I don't think so. And I don't think girls are made of sugar and spice anymore. Those things cost too much money. But if WJM is interested in hearing my point of view, I would be very happy to try and give it to them. Thank you. Enid Beringer, the Twin Cities.
Okay, Mary. There you go. It's between you and Enid. I'll go with whatever you decide. Now, who do you think should get the job?
Wow, Mr. Grant, that's a really tough decision, isn't it? But I have to go with me.
What? Mary, Enid gave a great audition.
Yes, she did. Excellent, an excellent audition. Maybe even better than mine.
Oh,
but,
no.
I mean, how many times can she go out there and say that?
Say what?
That there's no such thing as a woman's point of view. I mean, that's a cute idea. Really cute, really cute. But what's she going to do the next night?
And
besides that, Mr. Grant, I've got the newsroom experience. You know, an audition isn't everything. I mean, she was good. Really, really fine. But I think all the factors considered, I got to go with me.
Mary, come in.
Oh, hi, Mary.
Hi.
Mr. Grant, it's all set. I went down to personnel. I told them I start Monday. And thank you again. I won't let you down.
All right. All right. I lied. I'm sorry. I was trying to spare your feelings.
Well, you don't have to spare my feelings, Mr. Grant.
Okay. Okay. Look. Look, Mary. Look. Now you look. It wasn't between the two of you. You didn't finish second. You finished fourth.
Fourth?
That's why I couldn't tell you the truth right out.
Fourth?
I didn't want to hurt you.
Fourth?
Sixth.
Excuse me, Mary. Gee, I was so excited I forgot to ask what time I come in Monday.
Well, 10 o'clock will be fine.
Thanks.
Oh, Enid, listen, I'm really glad you got the job. I thought you were just terrific. Congratulations.
Thanks, Mary. Mary, that's really nice of you to say, because I know you auditioned, and I'm sure you must be disappointed.
Oh, no. I never really expected to get the job at all. No, I'm a behind-the-scenes person. I really just did it for the fun of it, you know. I didn't want the job.
Mary, you want to go have a drink?
Yeah, I would like
Okay.
to.
Good night, Mayor.
Good night.
Oh, hi, Mr. Baxter. Do you remember me?
Sure, you're the black one.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can never tell, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Who is it?
See, I knew you wouldn't remember me.
Son of a gun! How are you?
You don't remember me.
Well, of course I do. Come on in.
Who am I?
You and I shared the same
Cell.
when I was in
Jail.
that time I got
Arrested.
for not revealing my news source. Well, come on in,
Sherry.
Sherry. How have you been?
Fine, you?
Fine. You look terrific.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks.
Okay, why don't we cut the crapola?
Good. I was just going to suggest that.
Mary, I got busted again.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it seems like lately every time I strike up a conversation with a guy, he turns out to be with the vice squad. Of course, it's my own fault. I should have been suspicious when I saw that tattoo of Jack Webb on his arm. Anyway, I got to thinking about that night that you and I spent in the cell together. Remember how you wanted a toothbrush so bad, and I got you one? And you said if there was ever anything that you could do for me, I should be sure and let you know. Well, I'm letting you know.
You want your toothbrush back?
All I want you to do is come down to the court with me tomorrow and tell the judge that you know me. See, I have to show him I know some upstanding citizens, and you're the only upstanding citizen I know. I mean, socially. It'll only take about an hour.
Yeah, sure. I'd be glad to.
Gee, that's great. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Oh, no, it's all right.
The same courthouse, Friday at 11.
Okay.
Hey, maybe we could have lunch together afterwards. No, forget it. Let's not have lunch. You probably like to eat in those places where they cut off all the crusts.
You know, I don't understand something. I do you a favor, and you're giving me all these little shots.
Mary, I'd be enchanted to have lunch with you tomorrow. In fact, let's make a firm date, shall we?
Okay.
Right after my appearance in court. The only thing that could possibly interfere is if you screw up and they throw me back in the slammer.
it sounds like some dog.
It's not a dog, it's Mrs. Goldman across the hall. She barks to scare away burglars.
She does a very good imitation.
She should. She's had 3 months of obedience school.
Oh, well, well. This is nice. This is really very nice.
Who says a house is not a home? How come you didn't say anything about my 4 mink coats?
What am I supposed to say?
4 mink coats?
Well, I guess I just feel funny about people wearing dead animals for coats.
Yeah, well, if you wear them when they're alive, they claw your neck. You want a drink?
No, no, thank you. Listen, Sherry, there's something I think you and I have to talk about. You know, yesterday you said you just wanted me to come down to court for an hour, and, well, it didn't work out that way. I mean, I had to tell the judge that I would keep an eye on you and help you find a job.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Well, I have to worry about it. I mean, I swore that in court.
Boy, did you ever. You had one hand on the Bible, one hand on your heart. You were looking at the American flag, and your voice trembled. You brought tears to the bailiff's eyes.
Does all this mean you are not going to look for a job?
Mary, let me tell you something. A lot of my friends think they're going to do something with their lives one day. Some think that they're going to open boutiques, write novels, be dentists. I have a friend, Kim, who thinks she's going to own a big horse ranch. But unless she's in Roy Rogers' will, it's not going to happen.
What does that have to do with looking for a job?
Because I'm a realist. Who's going to hire me? My previous experience is not the kind of previous experience you put on a job application.
Sherry, I'm sure we could find you some kind of job. What about secretarial work?
I can't type.
How about bookkeeping?
I can't add.
Well, what if...
Hello? No. Because I'm quitting. No, I'm not having a going out of business sale. Mary, it's been really keen knowing you. Now, let's not spoil it all with all this job business, understand?
No. No, I don't. Sherry, look, you got me into this in the first place. Now, I do not enjoy being used.
Come on, it was a little fun, wasn't it?
Sherry, I put myself on the line for you. Now, you're going to live up to your part of the bargain. Tomorrow, we are going to look for a job for you, and that's the way it's going to be. Do you understand? Oh, shut up, Mrs. Goldman.
Hi, Murray.
Hi, Murray.
Oh, hi, Georgette, Ted. How's the car rental business?
Just rolling along. That's kind of a car rental agency joke.
We just came back from lunch. We were celebrating this letter I got from a university yesterday.
I know. Yeah, Harvard wants you to leave your brain to Yale.
Go ahead and laugh. In a week and a half, you won't be laughing at Ted Baxter. You'll be laughing at Dr. Ted Baxter.
Ted's getting an honorary degree.
Oh. Watching Ding Dong School has finally paid off.
Ding Dong School, nothing. It's for a college. Rutledge College.
They like to get a celebrity to speak at their graduation ceremony, and they give them a degree to get them to come.
They wanted to give me a master's, but my agent held out for a PhD.
Yeah, I've heard of Rutledge. It isn't exactly one of your class universities. The school mascot is a fungus.
I didn't know that. Maybe all the big animals were taken. Anyway, Murray, I was thinking maybe if you got a moment, you could, take a moment to kind of check over my acceptance speech.
Sure.
Okay. Here goes. Friends, faculty members, fellow PhD guys.
Larry, you're just in time to hear Ted's acceptance speech for his honorary doctor's degree.
Hi, Mary. Who's your friend?
Oh, I'm sorry, Sherry Ferris. This is Georgette, Murray, and Ted.
Dr. Ted.
Well, I'm going to see Mr. Grant. I'll be right back.
Would you like to hear my acceptance speech?
Come in.
Friends, faculty members, fellow PhDs.
Mr. Grant?
I don't know why anyone puts pimentos in perfectly good bologna. Why can't they leave them in olives where they belong? What do you need, Mary?
Well, Mr. Grant, I have a friend. Well, no, she's not exactly a friend. She's more of an acquaintance. Well, you met her. Her name is Sherry Ferris. When you came to visit me that time in jail, she was in the same cell with me. She was
Mary. Mary. I know life. I've been around. Been on the street since I was 6 years old. You're afraid to use the word. I'll say the word for you. She's a lady of the evening.
So I accept this honor. Today I'm a doctor. God bless America. And thank you. Well, guys, what do you think?
You wrote that?
Yeah.
Boy, you got a lot of guts to admit it.
Thank you.
I know you love it. Murr, what'd you think of it?
Thanks anyway, Mr. Grant. Well, Mr. Grant doesn't know of any jobs, but he's going to keep looking.
I know of a job.
Really?
Yes, the girl who works with me at the car rental agency just got fired today.
What do you think, Sherry? Would have a chance?
Sure. If you want, I could take you over and introduce you to the manager. Only thing is, you have to be good at dealing with people. Have you had much experience with the public?
Want to grab some lunch, Mary?
Oh, thanks, Mr. Grant, but I made other plans.
Oh. I thought I'd go over to that German place. The food's kind of good, and you can still get up some pretty lively conversations about the war. So you don't want to come?
No, it sounds like a lot of fun, but I promised Sherry I'd have lunch with her. It's her first day on the job.
Oh. Okay. I know this is none of my business, but like I said, I don't think it's a good idea for you to get too friendly with that girl.
Mr. Grant?
I'm serious, Mary. Someone like Sherry can influence your life. You know what I mean?
That's ridiculous.
Look, when I was in college, there was this bar where a lot of girls hung out. And there was this one girl named Louise. Young, pretty. I kind of liked her. Yeah, I kind of liked her, and I thought maybe I could change her life. So one night, after the bar closed, I offered to drive her home. And after we pulled up to her trailer, I turned to her and I said, Louise, you're young, you're intelligent. Take a good look at what you're doing to your life before it's too late. I spoke to her for a whole hour. You know what she said? That'll be $20. Mary, that kind of woman doesn't change. And I just don't want to see your life get messed up because of Sherry.
Oh, Mr. Grant, my life isn't going to get messed up.
Oh, I don't know, Mary. You're different since you met her.
Wait a minute. How am I different? Just give me one example of how I'm different.
Remember a year or so ago when we were doing that series of reports on America's changing sexual attitudes?
Yes.
What'd you say?
I don't know. I can't remember something I said a year ago.
I'll tell you what you said. You said, let's not put it on. What people don't know won't hurt them. Not a great motto for a news show, is it, Mary? But that's what you said. And now, La Dolce Vita.
Mr. Grant, you know, you may be right.
Yeah?
You know what I did the other day?
What?
I went down to the docks,
Yeah?
and I wrote my name and my number in a phone book. For a hot time, call Mary. 30 million Frenchmen can't be wrong. Hello! Sherry, look at you. Doesn't she look terrific, Mr. Grant?
Very nice.
Sherry's so much fun to work with. You should have heard this funny thing she said this morning. These two tricks came in and wanted to...
Now, you wait a minute, Georgette. 2 tricks?
That's what Sherry calls the customers at the car rental.
I guess I'll just go get some lunch now, Mary.
You ready for lunch?
Oh, maybe I better run to the girls' room and wash up before we go. The girl they fired at work locked herself in the bathroom and says she won't come out till they give her job back and free all the political prisoners.
So, the first day on the job, how's it feel?
Terrific. I'm quitting.
Quitting?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say that job didn't make the scale.
Oh, come on. Sherry, how bad can it be? Georgette loves it.
Georgette loves licking envelopes. Hi.
I hadn't seen you in a couple of days, so I just thought I'd stop by and see how you're getting on.
Fine, fine.
Fine. You managing okay?
Fine, fine.
Well, that's just fine. What have you been doing with yourself?
Oh, this and that.
Well, when you say this and that, do you mean primarily this and not so much that, or a lot of that and not so much of this?
Mary, when I said this and that, I didn't mean that.
Oh, come on, Pat. Didn't mean that. I just wondered if you were having any luck finding a job.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of luck.
Really?
I didn't get a job. Look, Mary, I've been through the want ads every day. There's nothing here that I like.
There's got to be something you want to do, something you want to be.
Yeah, there is. I've been seriously thinking of becoming a burden on society. Outside of that, nothing really interests me.
What about dreams? Didn't you ever dream of being somebody? Everybody has that kind of dream.
Yeah? What's yours?
Well, I've had my dreams. I just don't like to tell them. I don't want anyone to laugh at me. But sometimes when I'm home in the newsroom, my mind wanders and I dream about being this famous ballerina.
I know what you mean. I've had dreams like that myself.
Terrific. What are your dreams?
I used to dream that I'd like to become a dress designer.
Well, that's wonderful. Did you ever try it?
Yeah, once in high school, I made a dress for a friend. I fitted it right on her.
And did she like it?
I hope so. I forgot to put the zipper in. As far as I know, she's still in it.
Sherry, why don't you give it a try for just a couple of weeks? I mean, you might find you have a real flair for this. Come on, what do you have to lose? What's the matter, Sherry? Afraid to take a chance? Afraid you'll find out you don't have the talent? Just don't have the guts to try it, is that it?
That's it, Cookie. You want to go out to dinner? I've been cooped up in my place for a solid week. I figure I deserve a night out.
You've been designing dresses.
No, I came over to show you my dry cleaning.
How'd they turn out?
See for yourself. It's a little present for you. I designed it especially for you. I hope it fits.
Oh, Sherry. I'll go put it on. Oh, listen, can you answer that for me?
Hi.
Oh, hi, Sherry. Where's Mary?
Oh, she's in there getting dressed. Come on in. She'll be right out.
Ted just got his honorary degree.
Want to see my diploma? It's real sheepskin.
Gee, it must have been murder getting him in the typewriter.
That's funny. Get it, Ted?
Well, sure I get it. I'm a PhD.
It's very nice, Ted.
Thanks. They let me keep the tassel to my cap, too. I got it hanging in my rearview mirror. You know, it's always been one of the big regrets in my life to never had a chance to go to college. College. Flirtation walk. Fraternity handshakes. Panty raids. Election of the homecoming queen. Kissing rock. Yeah. Higher education must be a wonderful thing.
Look, I'm not sure if this fits right.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well,
No, I forgot the most important part. It must be in the car. I'll be right back.
Oh. She designed this. Sherry did. She designed it especially for me.
Get me a glass of water.
But, Ted, you just had all that soda.
Get me a glass of water.
It's very nice. It sure shows off your skin.
Speaking of skin, you want to see my diploma?
Oh, maybe later, Ted. Georgette, am I being too critical, or is this dress really awful?
I don't know. It looks so terrible on you, I can't tell.
You look so fantastic in your life.
Ted!
There, can I have a glass of water?
I've never seen you so thirsty.
I know this may sound insane to you, Mary, but on those occasions when I dream of you, you're dressed exactly like that.
Ted, please don't look at me that way.
It's all right, I'm a doctor.
Ted, you're making me nervous.
I'm making you nervous. You're making me crazy.
You see, you are scrunching up your diploma.
I don't care anymore.
Ted, are you through yet? I gave you a little extra time because you always act so silly about things like this. Ted, do you want me to get a dress like that?
I want every woman in the free world to get a dress like that.
Georgette, what am I going to tell Sherry? She really thinks she can be a designer.
Well, I always think honesty is the best policy. Unless telling the truth hurts someone's feelings. In which case, I think it's better to lie.
No, I can't lie. I always blush when I lie.
If you don't blush on your legs and stomach, nobody will notice. Mary, would it be easier if Ted and I left when you talked to Sherry?
Yes, I think it would. I hope you don't mind.
No, we don't mind.
Well, I mind. I want to stay.
Yeah, this is what I needed. Yeah. What do you think? You like it?
Well, it's certainly original. And it's colorful. It's very, very colorful.
Ted, we have to leave.
No, we don't.
Ted, I'm only going to tell you this once. Move it or lose it.
Okay.
Well, what do you think?
Well, Sherry, it's just not my particular taste, you know? I mean, I'm just a little old-fashioned, modest. I mean, you know, when we were kids, we used to play doctor. Used to play the receptionist.
You don't like the dress?
Well, I think I gotta be honest. I don't think you have the talent to be a designer.
You think it stinks?
No, come on now. Stinks, that's a pretty strong word.
Lousy?
Yeah, lousy. I could go with lousy. Sherry, I think I just have to be honest with you here. I don't think you're going to make it as a designer.
You really don't think so?
I really don't.
Gee, what am I going to say to the guy that hired me?
The guy that hired you?
Yeah, I took my designs to this dress manufacturer this afternoon. He loved them. He wants me to start work tomorrow.
That's terrific. Well, Sherry, I feel so stupid about what I just said.
Oh, no, don't feel stupid. He didn't like this one either. He thought green was the wrong color for a bridal gown.
Well, okay, give me a second, I'll change. We'll have a celebration dinner.
Leave it on. If you spill something on the front, you've got a 50-50 chance it'll miss.
Who is it?
Lou.
Hi, big fella.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Who is it?
It's Sue Ann, dear.
Come on in.
Are you busy?
No, I was just fixing myself something to eat.
Oh, that's what I smelled out in the hall. I was afraid someone's cat had died. You go right ahead and eat, dear.
No, that's all right. I'm not really hungry anyway. What can I do for you?
Mary, I have a problem. Harry Adams, the producer of my show, quit without notice.
Why'd you leave?
I don't know. The fringe benefits alone were enough to keep any man happy.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it, Sue Ann. I think you'll manage to find a new producer. After all, last year you managed to come up with 7 of them.
Mary, don't you know why I'm here? I've come to give you your big chance.
My big chance. Sue Ann, you're not going to ask me to produce your show.
Why not? You'd be perfect. You're a free-thinking, independent, unshackled woman. Exactly the kind of person to jump when I whistle.
Well, I'm very, very flattered, Sue Ann, but I already am a producer.
Oh, are you really? Oh, Mary. As long as Lou is in charge of that newsroom, you'll never really be a producer.
Sue Ann, I am the producer. I don't work for him, I work with him. And I think I can safely say that we are just about equals, Mr. Grant and I. Lou, and I. Anyway, my leaving the newsroom is out of the question.
Dear, I am offering you what every creative, artistic person needs. 100 clams more a week.
But thanks, Sue Ann, but I really couldn't consider leaving.
Mary, do yourself a favor. Sleep on it.
I don't have to. I really don't. My mind's already made up.
Are you sure? I mean, think what it would mean to do my show every week instead of working in that newsroom. No more deadline pressure.
I'm sure.
No more puny little salary.
I'm really sure.
No more long hours.
No, really, positive.
No more Ted Baxter.
Okay, I'll sleep on it. Good morning.
Oh, hiya, Mayor. Sue Ann's been looking for you.
Oh, no. I got bad news for her.
Well, what is it? Did they decide not to build the Marine base outside of town?
Mary, I've got to talk to you. I've got a fantastic idea on how to increase our ratings.
All right, Ted, what is it this time?
Well, instead of doing the news the way I do every night, with just a cameraman watching, I'll do it in front of a live audience. Pretty exciting, huh?
Well, Ted, I really don't see the value in having a live audience.
I knew you were going to say that, Mary, so I'm prepared to show you how wrong you are. I'm going to prove to you that it's more exciting doing the news with a live audience. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
And now, repeating today's headlines. Rising floodwaters threaten cities surrounding the Mississippi, causing thousands to flee.
Oh.
Miss Mary Strickler gave birth to quadruplets, 4 beautiful, bouncing baby girls.
Ah.
Finally, in Oakland, California today, a man explained to police that he shot himself in the foot to take his mind off his toothache. And that's it for the evening. This is Ted Baxter saying good night and good news.
Well, what do you think, guys?
Boo!
You mean you're not going to do it?
Ted, I don't think so. I'm sorry.
Boy, a guy tries his best, works hard to come up with a concept, make the show a little different, and this is the thanks he gets. Shut up!
Good morning, newsmongers.
Hello.
No, Sue Ann.
Well, Mary, what have you decided?
Well, Sue Ann, flattered as I am, I've decided to stay here in the newsroom.
Oh.
No, what's this all about?
Oh, well, Sue Ann asked me to produce her show. So I'm sorry, Sue Ann, you'll just have to find someone else.
Well, Mary, if there was anyone else, why in the world would I be asking you? Won't you reconsider?
No, hard as you're making it for me. No, I'm going to stay right here.
You sly devil. I bet you're holding out for more money.
No, really, it has nothing to do with money.
I'm willing to go another $50 a week, even though it does mean digging into my own bra.
Talk about an inflated economy.
$350 a week is a lot of money, but I have no intention of leaving the newsroom. This is the job I feel I should be doing.
All right, Mary, I understand. I want you to know there are no hard feelings.
Okay.
In fact, I admire your integrity. And if you should ever change your mind, don't hesitate to come crawling.
Thanks.
Sue Ann, a crazy idea just popped into my mind. I hope you don't think I'm being too forward. You know that I've produced a couple of documentaries, and I know my way around television studios, so I was just wondering
Are you
if...
saying you'd be interested in the job I was just offering Mary?
Well, I'm saying that if you can't get anybody, I wish you'd keep me in mind. Why don't you kick it around overnight?
I have other things I kick around overnight. Murray, I make quick decisions. Besides, I'm desperate. The job is yours.
And just like that? Well, that's great, Sue Ann. Well, look, when would you want me to start?
I need someone right away.
Okay. Well, look, I better go in and talk to Lou. I'm sure we can work something out. Boy, I can't believe this. I'm going to be a producer. You know, Sue Ann, I'm so happy I could shake your hand.
I know this is going to be the beginning of a wonderful relationship. We're two old friends who understand and respect each other, and I just know, working as a team, we should be able to put on one heck of a good show.
You bet we will, Sue Ann.
Miss Nivens.
Oh, Mary, hey, guess what? I'm going to be a producer. Isn't that terrific? I'm going to work with Sue Ann.
Sue Ann?
Yeah, isn't that fantastic?
Well, yeah. Murray, that's really great, but, Sue Ann is...
Oh, Mary, I know what you're thinking, but Sue Ann's nothing like that. I mean, deep inside, there is a warm, sensitive, understanding, compassionate human being. Huh. Besides, for $350 a week, I'd work for the Flying Melendez. Can I talk to you for a second, Lou?
Sure, what's on your mind?
Well, this is very difficult to say. How long have I been here?
About 10 seconds.
No, Lou, no. I mean working in the newsroom.
Oh, let's see. I guess it's 8 years.
No, it's 9 years, Lou, and that's what I want to talk to you about.
No,
you see...
no. You're wrong. It's 8 years. I remember exactly, because the day when you started to work here was my daughter's Sweet 16 party.
Oh, yeah, it was a Sweet 16 party, Lou, but it was 9 years ago. See, and that's what I want to talk to you about.
No, it can't be. She's only 24.
Oh, no, she's got to be 25.
Let's sell this right now.
Oh, Lou, it's not important.
Yes, it is, Murray. I don't know how old my own daughter is. Hello, honey. How old are you? 87. Oh, yeah. Listen, I'm sorry, Lee. I dialed the wrong number. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. But hang in there, you hear?
Lou, forget how long I've been working here. It doesn't matter. I was just trying to find a nice way of telling you what I have to tell you.
What's that, Murray?
Lou, I've got another job. I'm going to be a producer.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's terrific, Murray. Congratulations.
Thanks, Lou.
Murray Slaughter, producer of the news.
Yeah, well, it's not a news show, Lou.
Sports documentaries? What?
Sue Ann.
What?
Sue Ann Nivens, the happy homemaker.
What?
Lou, I know it's not the greatest job in the world, but it pays more than I'll ever make as a news writer. And Lou, I need the money.
Look, I understand. You don't have to explain to me.
Thanks, Lou, thanks.
Yeah, and you want to know something else? I think you're going to make a darn good producer, a darn good one. Sue Ann, huh?
Yeah. She wants me to start as soon as possible, so I thought that I could do both jobs, until you find my replacement.
We'll never replace you. You what made this operation tick. But don't worry, we'll manage. Come on, let's drink to your new job. The Murray Slaughter, the producer. Da-dum, da-dum. Sue Ann? Nivens?
And we managed to get an on-the-spot report of the raid of that porno theater downtown, which we can use on the news tonight.
Terrific. How'd you do that?
Luck. Some of our crew just happened to be in the theater at the time.
Well, I just said goodbye to the guys in the studio, so I guess this is it.
Hey, look, you're only going to be upstairs. We'll still see each other every day, right?
Right.
Oh, Murr, I'm gonna miss you.
Me too, Mary. So long, Mary.
Oh, so long, Murr.
So long, Ted.
So long, Murray. Have a nice lunch.
Murray's not leaving for lunch. He's leaving for good.
What do you mean leaving? Who's going to write my show?
Well, John will.
Oh, no. I don't want anybody writing my show except Murray.
You've got nothing to worry about, Ted. John is a very good writer.
I don't care. You know my style. You know how I... Mary, listen, I'm the star of the show, and I want Murray to stay here.
Ted, Murray's been offered a job at a lot more money.
Is that what it is, Mary? Is that the problem? Well, why don't you give him a raise? Murray's the best darn news writer in the business, and I want him on my show. I'm not going to let the quality of my show suffer because of a few measly bucks a week.
Ted, there's no money in the budget for a raise. The only way we can give Murray a raise is if you want to take it out of your own salary.
Don't be a stranger.
And so, until tomorrow, this is your happy homemaker reminding you that a woman who does a good job in the kitchen is sure to reap her rewards in other parts of the house.
Okay, guys, take a 1-hour lunch break. That was a great dress rehearsal, Sue Ann.
Thank you, Murray. You know, you may be new at producing, but I can tell you're going to do a wonderful job. Now, would you be a dear and tell Charlie to watch where he puts his cigar? I just opened the bread box, and one of my lady fingers was smoking.
Okay, and then I want to tell you about some new ideas I have for the show.
Oh, good, Murray. I always love to try new things. As a matter of fact, I'm trying one this afternoon, and you can help me. It's a seafood soiree, and I need someone to open those cans of sardines.
What? You want me to open sardine cans?
Well, the prop man is out shopping, and the director is up in the booth, and the cameramen have this silly union rule about not opening sardine cans. So who's left to do it except my wonderful producer?
I'm sorry, Sue Ann, but I don't think a producer opens sardine cans.
He does around here. Unless he wants to be an ex-producer. Now, I'm in a hurry, so get the sardines and the lead out of their respective cans. Oh, and when you finish that, will you order some more paper towels? You're going to need them tomorrow when I do my salute to the Johnny Mop.
Murray! Hey! No, how things going, Murray?
How's the big producer?
Oh, great, guys, just great.
That's great, Murray. Really great.
How come she's got you opening cans?
What do you mean, these? I'm not doing this for her. I'm doing it for me. I'm thinking. I always open sardine cans because it helps me think. If I don't come up with an idea, I just close them up again.
I'll have to try that sometime.
So, guys, how are things in the newsroom?
Oh, not bad. The new kid's working out okay.
Oh, well, you see, Ted, I told you he'd be fine.
Yeah, but you write much better weather forecasts than he does.
Ted, the weather's been rotten all week.
Maybe that's it. Hey, there's another thing. You know the way you used to tease me when you were in the newsroom? I tease you? Yeah. Well, you know, make little jokes about me, pretending that I was dumb.
Ted, I wasn't pretending.
See, that's the kind of thing I mean.
Listen, we just came up here to see if you'd like to have lunch with us.
Oh, gee, I'd love to, Lou, but I'm afraid I can't. I just have too much to do around here. I gotta check the lighting. I gotta give the notes to the guys on the crew. I gotta check the set, the audio, the cue cards. You know, I never realized before how important a producer is to a show.
Yeah?
I sure am glad you're a producer. I want you to know that I sure miss you.
Oh, thanks, Ted. I can't think of anybody I'd rather be missed by.
He did it again. See you later, Murray.
Yeah.
Hello, Lou. Hello, Ted.
Yeah.
Murray, dear, the station manager's going to be in my office at 3:15 for a meeting, and I'd like to have you there.
What, the station manager? Well, sure, Sue Ann, I'll be there. Look, is there anything special I should know?
Yes, he takes his black, and I take milk and 2 sugars.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
What?
I have just been watching a man being destroyed.
Is it too late to send a film crew?
Mr. Grant, I am serious. I was just visiting Murray down on Sue Ann's set. You cannot believe the way she is treating him. She's got him scrubbing the stove, washing dishes, scouring pots. Now she's got him cutting paper doilies out for her fat wedding show.
For what?
Oh, she's doing a special on weddings for the weight conscious.
What kind of wedding is that?
I don't know. I guess instead of throwing rice, they throw cottage cheese. The point is, Mr. Grant, she's treating him like a flunky. Isn't there something you could do? Could you talk to him?
Well, Mary, what can I tell him?
I don't know. Tell him to stand up to Sue Ann, not to let her push him around.
Why don't you tell him?
Because I think he should hear it from someone stronger, someone forceful, tough.
Why don't you get Sue Ann to tell him?
Ah.
Look, well, he's a grown man. He made a decision. He knows what he's doing. If he wants his job back here, he can have it. But beyond that, I'm not getting involved.
But Mr. Grant, Marie is so unhappy.
Mary, I am not getting involved. Come in.
Hi.
Oh.
I hope I'm not disturbing anything.
Hi, Marie.
Nice to see you, Marie.
I'm just meeting Murray for lunch, and I thought I would drop by and say hi to the old gang in the newsroom.
Oh, you must be really proud of Mur, huh?
Oh, Mary, it is fantastic.
fantastic. You know, my friends see his name on the credits, and the children are so proud of him, too. And the extra money certainly doesn't hurt. Oh, I can't tell you how it's changed our lives. We are the two happiest people in the world. Mary. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. I'm just so miserable. I hardly see Murray at all anymore, and when he comes home, it's so late. He's so cranky and he's a nervous wreck, and he's making me one. Oh, Mary, I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, Mary, I tried talking to him, but he just won't listen to me. I told him that what he's going through just isn't working.
There we are, Murray. My low-cal wedding cake. Everything but my pudgy little bride and groom. Do you know it's taken me 2 weeks to design and bake that? There are only 82 calories in the whole thing. A man could eat that entire cake, and by the time he finished, he'd have starved to death.
Well, the pots are finished. I'll see you later. I'm going to take Marie out for lunch.
Oh, hold on a moment, Murray, dear. I want you to help me for a minute. I have to put the finishing touches to my stylishly stout bridal gown.
Well, you want me to get one of those dummies for you to put it
Oh,
on?
no, dear. None of them is large enough.
Well, then what do you want me for?
Hold out your arms.
Oh, no. No, I'm not going to put that on, Sue Ann. What do you think I am?
Murray. There we are. You know, it's only going to take 2 seconds, dear. And don't fidget now while I'm trying to pin you.
Look, this is embarrassing. I mean, it's humiliating. Look, I told you I've got a lunch date.
Oh, you can go to lunch anytime. How often do you get a chance to wear a wedding gown? Hello.
Hi, Sue Ann. Murray.
Hi, Lou.
Oh, how's everything going, Murray?
Fine, just fine.
I'm out of pins, dear. Don't sit down. I'll be right back.
She didn't have a dummy big enough. Maybe she did.
Murray, how can you do this to yourself? You can't let Sue Ann just walk all over
Oh,
you.
yes, I can, Lou. For $350 a week, you bet I can.
But it's eating you up inside. It's gonna make you crazy. You keep holding your feelings in like this, and it's just gonna explode one day. You gotta stand up to her. Say what's on your mind. Be a man.
Oh. Oh, is that what you think, Lou? You think I'm not being a man? Well, let me tell you something, Lou. There's a lot more to being a man than all that macho stuff. I got a wife. And I got kids. And doing my best for them is a big part of what makes me a man. So don't tell me I'm not acting like any man, Lou.
I'm sorry, Murray. You're right. You're a man. And that's a very lovely gown.
Gee, I didn't even know you guys were engaged.
Get out of here.
Okay, Lou, but isn't it bad luck for you to see Murray before the ceremony?
Get out of here.
I just stopped by to ask if you wanted to have a lunch, but I guess you two kids want to be alone.
Oh, get out of here,
Okay, Murray. You're beautiful when you're angry. No.
Look what it's come to. You got Ted making jokes about you now.
Mr. Grant, oh, my God. Mr. Grant, did you talk to him?
Yes, I talked to him, but he won't listen to me.
Did you tell him he can't go on like this?
Yes, I told him.
Did you tell him he's got to stand up to Sue Ann?
Yes, he told me.
Will you stay out of this? Did you tell him Marie came to the newsroom and was crying?
No, I didn't have the heart to tell him that. Why don't you tell him that?
I can't.
Marie was crying in the newsroom?
Yes.
I'm going to talk to Sue Ann.
Murray, I've got the pins, but I want to see how the veil looks.
Oh, no. No veil, Sue Ann. A producer does not wear a veil.
Murray, don't use that tone on me. I mean, if you have something you wish to say to me, let's act like civilized people and simply sit down and discuss it.
All right. I'm sorry, Sue Ann. Forgive me. You were absolutely right. Let's sit down. Now, if you will excuse me, I've got a luncheon date with my wife.
Could use a little more vanilla. Hello, Mary. Hello, Murray.
Hi, Sue Ann. Pull up a cake and sit down.
I just dropped by to ask Mary a question. Dear, I have a date tonight. Do you think this dress is a little too suggestive? Well, no, I mean, tell me the truth. Now, be honest. Does it make me look a little easy, a little cheap?
Well, a little, yes.
Oh, good. I've got another date with my new producer. Now, he's a wonderful man, but he's not terribly aggressive. We had 3 dates before he even so much as held my hand. And then he only did that to keep me from unbuttoning his shirt. Mary, maybe you and Joe would like to double date with us tonight.
Oh, well, thanks, Sue Ann, but Joe's still out of town.
Oh, shoot. I was hoping maybe Lester could pick up a couple of pointers.
What?
Well, she's got an idea, Mary. I mean, I remember reading about that gorilla in the zoo last year. They put a female gorilla in his cage, but he didn't show any interest. So they showed him a movie of 2 gorillas who were showing a lot of interest in each other, and eventually he got the idea.
Oh. I wonder if I called the zoo if they'd show that film to Lester.
Failing that, maybe they'll let you date the gorilla.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can never tell, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Here you are, Mr. Grant.
Thanks, Mary. Well, 1,000 news shows we've done together.
Right. And, Mr. Grant, I just want to say I have enjoyed every single one of them.
Me too. Give or take 800 or 900.
Yeah, only you could have figured out exactly when you did your 1,000th show. How'd you do it?
Oh, it was really easy. I mean, I've been doing the show for 4 years and a week. I get 2 weeks vacation a year. We do the show 5 days a week, so that makes 250 shows a year. So 4 years and 1 week would make 1,005 shows. But I checked with personnel, and I found that I'd been out sick with a cold 4 days. And there was that one day that I went to Chicago for the convention. So tonight is my exactly 1,000th show.
I'm glad I asked.
How about that time there was a power failure at the transmitter when we blacked out?
Okay, everybody, go home. Come back tomorrow.
Knock, knock, Mary.
Oh, Ted, come on in.
Knock, knock. I'd knock on the door, except it was open. I had to say, knock, knock.
Right. Come on in.
Knock, knock, Lou. The door was open. I didn't want to walk in without knocking.
I don't know what's gotten into Ted tonight. He's just full of oil and vinegar. Mary, this is my friend Judith Chandler. Judith, this is Murray Richards.
Hi, Judith.
Hi, Mary. It's nice of you to have me.
Oh.
Happy 1,000.
Oh, well, actually, it's my 999th.
Oh, I understand. I lie about my age, too.
Come on, Judy. I'll buy you a drink.
Oh, how nice. Thank you. Excuse me.
You know, she was just divorced, and I thought it would be a good chance for her to meet people. In fact, Ted and I brought her here hoping she might hit it off with Mr. Grant. They have so much in common. I mean, they both got dumped.
Well, that's very nice, Georgette, but Mr. Grant is seeing someone kind of regularly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get her out?
No, it's fine.
Hey, Lou. I want you to meet Judith Chandler. Judith Lou Grant.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, hold it, Lou. I want to tell Judy here about the man she just met. Now, Lou may not be as young as some guys are. And he may be a little overweight, and he may not look like much. But he makes a bundle. Okay, I hit it over the fence for you. Now all you've got to do is run around those bases. Oh, say, listen, maybe it'll be hard for you to break the ice. Do you want me to stick around and help?
No, that won't be necessary. So, what do you do for a living?
I'm the principal of Thoreau Junior High School.
Principal? Oh, really? That sounds great.
Oh, have you two met yet?
Yes, we have.
Well, you both better forget it. Come on. I'm sorry, but he's taken. Don't worry, we'll find somebody interesting.
Georgette, I'm fine.
Marie, would you mind talking to my friend Judith until I can find her somebody interesting? Oh, I didn't mean that you weren't interesting, Murray. I meant interesting to her.
Well, I know everybody here. It could be a long wait.
The only people I know here are Georgette and Ted.
Well, before I say the wrong thing, how well do you know Ted?
I met Ted when he spoke to an assembly at our junior high school.
How was he?
It's the first time the 2,000 junior high school kids have ever been urged to quit school and hook up with a radio station in Fresno, California.
Excuse me, Murray.
You're wasting the whole party. If you don't make a connection pretty soon, you're going to go home empty-handed.
Well, fortunately, I've lined somebody else up for you.
Well, I'd like to stay here with Murray, if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind. I'd love it.
You wouldn't think it was rude of me if I left this moment?
No.
Oh. Murray.
So, Mr. Grant, how'd you enjoy my party last night?
Not so hot.
Well, that's the most you've ever enjoyed one of my parties.
You'll never guess who really got my goat last night.
Ted.
Right. Usually nothing he says bothers me. But when he introduced me to that girl, the one who was with Murray all evening,
Yeah.
he said a lot of things about my looks. Well, that sort of bothered me.
Oh, Mr. Grant, how can you let that bother you? You're a very attractive man.
Me?
Well, Mr. Grant, it just might surprise you to know that women talk. And women find you very attractive.
Me?
Yeah. They do, really.
Oh, no kidding?
No kidding. Mr. Grant, they do. Women find you very sexy.
Sexy? I don't believe it.
Well, it's true. Some women do.
What do you mean, some? Hey, are we crazy? Even talking about something like this is ridiculous. Talking about a lug like me being in any way sexy.
Murray and Judith, Murray and Judith. You see anything like it, I ask you?
Anything like what?
Oh, come on, Lou, you get the drift.
Murray and Judith at Mary's party?
Do I have to spell it out for you? El lovo at first sight-o.
Okay, Ted.
Bring a girl for you, Lou, and she ends up with Murray. Well, some guys got it and some guys don't.
Ted, Mr. Grant wasn't interested in meeting anyone new.
Oh, sure, man. Stick up for the boss.
Judith and Murray were simply talking. There is nothing going on.
Oh, sure. And it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Now, come on, Murr. We have been waiting here to hear what kind of a morning it is. We know what kind of a morning it is.
We want to know what kind of a night it was.
Ted, Murray doesn't have to tell anybody anything. Just because his wife wasn't at the party last night and he spent 4 hours talking to a recently divorced woman and then drove her home alone after the party. Tell him, Murr.
Nothing happened.
See?
Mary, you funny little hothead.
You missed my drift.
All I'm trying to do is point out to Murray there's a little bug buzzing around him, that's all. And it's gonna bite you, Murray.
What? What are you talking about, Ted?
A love bug, Murray. It's gonna bite you.
Ted, will you buzz off?
Sure, Murray.
Mary, when you order office supplies, add a giant can of Raid.
It's incredible. I talked to a woman at a party. I simply had a conversation with a woman at a party.
Oh, come on, Murray. You know Ted. He blows things up way out of proportion.
She has this piano she wants to sell. I'm interested in buying a piano. Maria and I have been wanting to get a piano for a couple of years now. So I make it Judith's. It was all perfectly innocent. Oh, boy. Say, Mary, you don't have to answer this, but... Well, do you think there was anything wrong in my talking to Judith at that party last night?
No.
Or am I asking her to have lunch with me today?
No.
Or am I not telling her that I was married? Mary, like I said, you don't have to answer.
Oh, well, I just don't believe it. 4:30 and Murray is still not back for lunch?
Doesn't he know we have a show to get on the air?
You know, it's fascinating. Here in Minneapolis, St. Paul, it's 4:30 and we're hard at work. In New York, it's the cocktail hour. The lights are beginning to twinkle in the great wide way. And in London, smartly dressed theatergoers are strolling down the Strand for a late supper at the Savoy. And in Tokyo, it's tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow. Do you realize there are people alive here in Minneapolis who are already dead in Tokyo?
Hello, people of the newsroom.
Murray, you know it's 4:30 in the afternoon?
Oh, Lou, don't be so upset.
Murray, a lot of news came in over the wire while you were out. You weren't here to get it.
What, news stories?
Yeah, news stories.
Oh, Lou, there will always be news stories.
Oh, really?
Sure. Watch 1 or 2 news stories. News stories come and go. I mean, something is happening all the time. What the hell, Lou?
Boy, if this isn't Take the Ever-Lovin' Cake. Boy, I've heard everything. Comes in here cursing like a sailor. Your job's in trouble, boy, deep trouble.
What have you been drinking?
Pouilly Foussay.
Too bad.
What do you mean? What? Why?
I've been a newsman for 30 years. I've sobered up guys who were drunk on everything from scotch to aftershave lotion. But never once in my life have I had to sober up anyone who was drunk on Pouilly Fussé. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to give him black coffee or cheese.
Mary, I had a great lunch. I may have just had the greatest lunch in the entire history of lunch.
What'd you have?
An experience. We went to this wonderful little French restaurant. Oh, we talked and talked about everything. You know, I told her about all the things I want to do with my life, all that stuff that's hard to talk about. And she listened, Mary. She listened. She thinks I'm cute. You know, the last time anybody said I was cute, I was.
Listen, you know that you're my very dear friend.
Huh?
But Marie is my friend, too. And I just hate to see this thing with you and Judith turn into a cheap affair.
Hey, you think it could?
Come in.
Lou, you got a second?
Sure.
Oh, look, I'm sorry about this afternoon.
Oh, hey, these things happen. I've gotten sloshed like that plenty of times myself.
Look, I got a problem, Lou. No, look. Would you put that back, please? My stomach is still a little queasy. It's about Judith and me.
Say, Lou. Oh, sorry. Is this business or personal?
Personal.
Guy talk, eh? After hours guy talk? That kind of getting closer together kind of talk? I can dig it. So, what are we rapping about? Murray's love life?
Ted, there is no love life. You see, Lou, that's my problem. Nothing... Nothing's happened. And I really don't want anything to happen. But, well, strangely enough, I keep feeling I'm missing something. I keep feeling that I'm missing a chance to experience a part of life that will never come again.
Say, Murray, I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, sometimes at home at night, lying in bed, I go crazy thinking about how much there is out there. How much to do, how much to see. And I live on a quiet block. Listen, Murray, it's not the things you do in life that you regret, it's the things you don't do. I mean, in my whole life, I have only one regret, that on January 8th, 1964, I said to Holly Holmberg, I'm too busy tonight, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, Murray, there was no tomorrow. The carnival moved on.
Gee, Ted, it's kind of touching.
I'll say. That's the last shot I'll ever get at a trapeze artist.
Murray, you got something good. Don't mess it up.
I know, Lou. I mean, I've been happily married for 18 years. I mean, why do I want to start fooling around now?
Listen, Murray, anybody who's been married 18 years and hasn't fooled around isn't normal.
Ted, I was married 26 years and never fooled around.
Oh, 26, yeah, but not 18.
I mean, I don't understand myself, Lou. I mean, what I have is wonderful. Why do I want something that's different?
Can I interrupt? Let me put it on terms you can understand. Now, let's say you're the Minnesota Vikings. And every time you play the Green Bay Packers, it's a great game. But that doesn't mean that's the only team you want to play. I mean, you don't want to play them every Sunday for the rest of your life. You're the little Chicago Bears, Kansas City Chiefs, little Houston Oilers.
I get your point, Ted.
You not only made your point, you've listed the entire schedule of the Vikings away games. You gonna see her again?
No, that's the thing. She invited me up to her apartment tonight.
Her apartment? Her apartment? Well, end of discussion.
Look, she wants to sell me her piano.
A piano? In an apartment after hours after work? End of discussion.
Look, I need a piano.
Mary, take it from me. You don't want to play the piano. You want to play the Houston Oilers.
So, Lou, I mean, what do you think? Shall I go to her apartment or not?
No.
That's it?
You want a debate? Go to William Buckley. You want an answer? I gave you one.
Okay. Well, I better get going. I told Marie I'd be home at 11. Already, it's 7:15.
You're going there anyway, huh?
Yeah.
All right. But just remember, you start something tonight, you won't just be doing something you'll regret the rest of your life. You're going to be doing something a lot worse. You're going to be following Ted's advice.
I'm sorry to bother you, Mary, but when Ted called, I got so upset. He said Murray is having Judith on the side.
Oh, no. No, Murray and Judith had lunch.
I feel so guilty. I was the one that introduced them. I'll never be able to look Murray's wife in the face again.
Gee, I didn't know that you even knew Marie.
I don't, and now I never will.
Georgette, nothing's gonna happen. Murray's just going through a stage. He's wondering if women find him attractive.
Why doesn't he just do what Ted does? Stop them and ask them.
Hiya, Mare.
Murr.
Oh, hi, Georgette.
Hi. This is some coffee. Hey, Murray, has anyone ever told you you're an attractive man? Because you are, you know, you're a very attractive man.
Thanks.
That ought to do it.
Mare, you said I could talk to you any time.
Yeah, right.
Oh, look, the other time.
10 to 9.
Oh, I thought it was a little slow. I want to be home by 11.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna stop at Judith's apartment and look at her piano on the way home.
Uh-huh.
So what do you think?
Hey, Murr, don't do this to me.
Why?
I think you want some kind of permission, and you're just not gonna get it.
Coffee will be ready in a minute. Although why an attractive man like you needs coffee is beyond me.
Oh, I know what I have to ask you. Have either one of you seen this thing?
I did.
Yeah, what's it about?
It's wonderful. Paul Newman and Robert Redford.
No, the plot. Just describe the plot.
Well, they're sort of con men.
Con men, right.
Hey, Murr, why do you want her to describe the plot when it's playing right down the street and you could be sitting there Oh, Murray.
I don't understand why you said, oh, Murray. Just because he wants to know the plot of the movie in case somebody should ask him? Oh, Mary.
Everybody's finding out about me, and I haven't even done anything yet.
Excuse me, I'm going to the kitchen. I don't think you want to discuss this in mixed company.
Mary, don't you see? I mean, I gotta go there tonight to find out what I'm gonna do when I get there.
Hey, Murr, look, you and I have known each other a long time, right?
Well, a long time.
And we respect each other.
We respect each other.
And you know I'm not the kind of person to butt in.
Oh, never. You never butt in.
And I don't go in for little psychological insights into people. You know, I never do that, right?
I know.
Good.
Until now.
Check. Murray, it is just, I don't think you want to go to see Judith at all. It's so clear. I mean, it's just so really clear that if you wanted to see Judith, you would not be standing here chatting with me at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock? It's 9 o'clock? Look, I'll see you, Mayor.
Where's Murray going in such a hurry?
He's gonna buy a piano.
There must be some sale.
Here you are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome very much.
Well, I see that's the piano, I suppose, hmm?
No, that's a copy. I keep the real one in my safe.
Hey, this is fun. It looks like a great piano. Why don't I just go over and give it a dry run? Hmm?
It's been in my family for years. I learned my first Chopin nocturne on this piano.
My first Bach prelude, my first Beethoven sonata.
It's a nice tone. Well, I don't really play, really, you know. I just fool around.
It's not bad for fooling around either.
Strangers in the night, exchanging glances. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances. Hey.
A lovely singing voice.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, I just kid around. Hey, this is a great piano.
Oh, thanks.
Strangers in the night, exchanging glances. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances. Strangers in the night. We haven't talked about price. What are you asking generally? You know, in the vicinity, just generally.
Oh, in the general vicinity?
Yeah?
I was thinking about $3,000.
3,000? That's nice.
Good. Let's drink to that.
Okay. Oh, that's funny. You get sparks from the rug.
Maybe it's not the rug.
Oh, no. No, I've been on rugs before. You get plenty of sparks. Oh. Judith? Do you think you'll come down a couple of $100 on the...
Well, sure. Okay. How about $2,500?
Hey, terrific. That's great. I'll make out the deposit.
Murray, we don't have to discuss the piano tonight.
Oh, I know. Sure. Hey, it's 10 after 10.
That's right. It's 10 after 10, so what?
Well, see, this is the thing. I gotta be home by 11.
How far do you live?
Too far. But look, Judith, I want you to know that I think you're terrific.
Murray, it's all right. I understand. You don't have to explain.
Yeah, but I want to explain.
No, it's 10 after 10.
Well, that's all right. I got about 5 minutes left. Now, look, I want you to know that, well, I'm sorry that you wasted your evening.
Oh, I don't consider it a wasted evening.
No?
No. I've been trying to unload that lousy piano for years.
Well, good night.
Good night.
Hey, you know, I came here tonight because I wanted to find out what I would do when I got here. And I want to thank you. Because it's going to be nice going home knowing this is what I did. That's it, Mayor. That's all that happened.
Oh, Murr, I'm glad everything worked out. But listen, you don't have to come all the way over here to tell me.
No, that's okay, Mayor. It's only 11:15.
So everything's fine, huh?
Yeah, everything's fine. I just have one little problem.
What's that?
Well, I don't know how to explain to Marie that I bought a piano while I was watching The Sting.
Who can turn the world on with her a smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Good morning.
Oh, morning, Lou.
Morning, Mr. Grant.
Why are you holding the door open?
Because I'm with somebody who walks very slowly.
Who?
There's a story connected with that. Unfortunately, I know I have the time to tell it. My oldest daughter called me from New York and said her father-in-law is coming to Minneapolis and could he stay with me? I said yes.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Nice? He's the slowest man in the world. Crossing the park this morning, a vine grew up his leg.
Oh, thanks, Lou, for holding the door open for me. You want to help me with my coat? Oh, I guess not.
Lou, look, you don't have to stand there like that. I'm sure he can find his way in.
Yeah, you're right.
What's the matter? You couldn't hold the door open?
Murray, this is Morris Bender.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
How do you do?
Hello.
Yeah, Morris is going to be spending the day here with me. I was going to put him on a sightseeing tour, but he said I shouldn't go to all that trouble.
I don't want to be a bother.
Aw. Can I get you some coffee?
Oh, no, don't bother.
It's no bother.
Okay. You sure it's no bother?
No, no bother.
Come on, Morris. You can sit with me in my office.
Only if I don't get in your way.
It's right in there.
You sure I won't be in the way?
Positive.
You'll tell me if I'm be your bother.
Oh, yeah. Here. Coffee.
Thank you. I hope it was no bother.
Nice little guy, isn't he?
Oh, look, how long is he staying with you, Lou?
Oh, a couple of weeks, or until I kill him, whichever. Mary, I have a big favor to ask.
Oh, no, Mr. Grant. He's not staying with me. I'll barricade my doors.
I didn't ask you to take him in, although a good friend would have volunteered a long time ago. I just asked you to take him to lunch. I have a meeting.
Just lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I guess I can do that.
Oh, wait, Mary, before you say yes. I need you for lunch. I've got a big personal problem.
I've already got her, Ted. She's mine.
No, you don't. It's her lunch. We all get a shot at her.
Ted, leave her alone.
No, I can't. It's a big problem.
All right. Look, Ted, Georgette and I were talking about getting together for dinner. Why don't we just make it tonight?
I can't wait to dinner. I need you for lunch.
Well, look, I can't have lunch with both of you. I only have 4 hands.
Dinner, sure. What am I going to do till then?
What about getting ready for your broadcast?
No, that's no good.
I really appreciate this, Mary. But it's not such a bad deal. You're going to have a great time with him. Just one tip. When you cut his meat, make it small pieces. Figure about 1. I'll start sending him out about 12.
Why is it always me, Murr? Why is it always me?
You really want to know? It's because you probably get a kick out of letting people walk all over you, that's why. Look, I said it. I'm glad I said it. I'm not going to take it back.
Murray?
Okay, I apologize.
But you meant it, didn't you?
Yes, Mary, yes, I did. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I read a book called The Importance of Being Selfish. And boy, if ever there was a book written for you. It talked about people like you, Mary Richards. It talked about people who were always helpful. And it said the real reason they did that was because they had such a low opinion of themselves that that was the only way they knew that they could get people to like them.
Well, thank you, Murray. How very flattering.
Look, Mary, I know this may sound harsh, but isn't there a little bit of truth in it? That the reason you can't say no to people is because you're afraid they're not going to like you?
Well, maybe.
It's a terrific book, Mary. Boy, it really helped me a lot. I mean, everybody thinks that selfishness is this terrible thing, when a lot of times it's just somebody recognizing his true value. Now, I know you may not believe this, but selfishness can be a virtue.
Oh, sounds like an interesting book. Can I borrow it?
Get your own.
Here we are.
Looks like a nice tuna fish sandwich. But why is it so shiny?
That's the cellophane. Would you like me to take it off for you?
If it's no bother.
It's no bother.
What's that you're having?
Egg salad.
I didn't know they had egg salad.
Well, they do.
I love egg salad.
Would you like to trade?
You don't have to trade. I'll give you my sandwich and you give me yours.
Okay, we'll do it that way. What's the matter?
I forgot. It's not egg salad I like. It's cheese. Mary?
Ted, hi. Come on over. Sit down. Join us. Ted, I'd like you to meet Morris Bender.
Hi.
He's a friend of Lou's.
Hi. Do you know how many pair of socks I have? How many? 4. I used to have 6, but I found out I didn't need that many.
That's interesting. Mary, I've got to talk to you about my problem.
Well, Ted, don't you think it's a little...
Oh, I'm sure he won't mind.
Go ahead.
You gotta speak to Georgette.
Georgette is Ted's wife.
She's upset about David.
And that's their son they adopted last
So he's having a little trouble in school. She's making a mountain out of a molehill.
Don't tell me. It's a little hill with moles in it.
One little thing happened, and she actually wants me to take him to a psychologist.
Well, Ted, I don't see that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, if David's having problems with his schoolwork...
Mary, now you may not believe this, but I had trouble in school, too. Look at me. Today, I make more money than all those brainy, straight-C students put together.
I'm glad I finally caught up with you. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Georgette. Georgette, this is Morris Bender.
How do you do? Ted, will you look at this report card? All B's.
I thought I told you not to take things out of my scrapbook.
This is David's. He's failing every subject. I went to see his teacher, and she said he never pays any attention. And in class, he's always daydreaming. I think he needs some help.
I'm not taking David to a shrink.
Ted, come on. It's just a child psychologist.
I don't care how old he is.
Ted, I don't care what you say. I've already made an appointment, and I'm taking him there tomorrow. I'm going to find out why he's getting such bad grades.
Excuse me for butting in. I'm an old man, and I've seen 1 or 2 things in my lifetime. And sometimes there's a reason why a child is not doing well in school. And it's very simple. But no one ever thinks of it.
What's that?
He could be stupid.
Nice wood.
Ted, will you please sit down? The psychologist will tell us everything when he's through.
That's my son in there. There's nothing wrong with him. He's a terrific kid. He's just in for a 6-month checkup.
I'm sure he is. Most of the children who come in here are quite normal.
Did you hear that, honey? There's nothing to worry about.
Of course, there are exceptions.
Oh?
Like the little boy we had in last week. For his 8th birthday, his parents gave him an electronic hobby set. He built a time bomb. blew the roof right off the house.
Oh, no.
Fortunately, they weren't home at the time.
Oh, that's good.
Late yesterday, the cat came down in Toronto. Oh, excuse me.
I don't know what we're doing here anyway. You don't push a kid in a direction he doesn't belong. Not every kid was meant to be a 5th grade graduate. I'm telling you, Georgette, no son of mine needs a psychologist.
Ted, you have to realize this has nothing to do with you. David's problem isn't your fault. You're a terrific father, a great husband, and a wonderful provider.
That's right. I do bring in 50 G's a year.
You told me it was 30.
Oh, yeah, right, 30. How'd it go, son?
Oh, okay, I guess.
The doctor would like to see you both.
David, you sit over there. We'll be right out, okay? Okay.
Mr. Baxter, Mrs. Baxter, won't you sit down? Now, I've given your son an exhaustive amount of tests.
Now, wait a
and I
second,
think
Doc. Before you get started, let me get one thing straight. I'm not impressed with any of this psychoanalytic mumbo-jumbo. To me, the whole business is just silly. Child psychology, $40 an hour. How's a kid going to get that kind of money? I don't want any stranger telling me about my son. I don't want anybody telling me my son's neglected or that he needs love. He happens to come from a very loving home.
Ted,
Shut up, Georgia.
Mr. Baxter, this is nothing to break our crayons over. Now, as I was saying, I've given your son exhaustive tests. Aptitude, adaptability, comprehension. And it seems that he's in the genius category. He has an IQ of 160.
160? That's more than mine.
Yeah, double.
Say, let me ask you a theoretical question. Let's assume that someone has a kid with an incredible IQ and that someone wasn't great in the 5th grade. Do you think that would cause any problems between the two?
No problems at all, Mr. Baxter. As long as the parent is a reasonably secure, mature, well-adjusted adult.
Boy, are we in trouble.
Murray, thank you.
Well, for what?
For telling me about that book, The Importance of Being Selfish. I was up all night reading it, and I realize now the amount of time I have spent in my life accommodating people. I mean, this book really teaches you that the first person you have to worry about is yourself. Otherwise, you're no good to anyone else. Terrific.
Boy, this is really amusing.
Why? What is?
Well, I'm the one that told you about the book, and I want to ask you if you'll cover for me tonight.
Ask me.
Will you cover for me tonight?
Not on your life. Oh, Murray, it feels so good.
Come on, Mary, I'm not kidding. I really have to leave early.
In your hat, Baldy.
Mary, come on. The book said just be selfish, not mean.
Yeah, you're right, But I guess I did go too far. I mean, I read it so fast, but I am supposed to turn you down, aren't I?
Well, the book was very clear in stating that there are times when you can make exceptions.
Oh, good. Then it's all right for me to cover for you tonight?
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Mur.
Hey, you're welcome.
Why did you say no to me on the phone last night? I really needed you to help me out, Mary.
I think I created a Frankenstein. Well, what did you want it to do, Lou?
Take Morris to Mount Rushmore for 3 days. You don't even have to bring him back. Just take him.
Great news, everybody. Lou, have a cigar. Murray, Mary, guess what?
You found a box of cigars.
Better than that, my son David is a genius.
But why was he having so much trouble in school?
Well, according to the child psychologist, he was bored. It wasn't challenging enough for him, so he wasn't paying any attention. He's got an IQ of 160. He could be going to college today. Though I might have a little trouble getting girls.
Well, how does Georgette feel about it?
Swell. She took him to school to enroll him in a special class for advanced children. I should have known he was a genius. Last night when he was saying his prayers, he stopped and said, "Am I going too fast for you?"
Ted, don't you think you're making too big a deal out of all this? After all, the kid's...
What's the matter? You can't hold a doll?
Hello, Mr. Bender. I'm sorry I can't take you to Mount Rushmore.
Oh, that's all right. Who wants to look at a lot of old stone faces anyway?
Come on in my office, Morris.
You sure it's no bother?
It's no bother.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. So, how was the new school?
Oh, you should have seen it, Ted. They made such a fuss over David.
Did they?
All the children are so smart. A 9-year-old girl gave me directions to the ladies' room in Latin. I finally had to ask a handyman.
How do you like the school, David?
Oh, I think it's real neat. Now I have classmates I can relate to, and I think that's very, very important.
Yes, I can understand that.
I think people usually get along with other people whose IQs are closer to their own. Don't you agree, Dad?
Indubitably.
Now, for instance, I'm sure the reason you get along so well with Mr. Slaughter here is because your IQ is probably very close to his.
Interesting theory.
What's your IQ?
Go ahead and tell him, Mayor. Most people's IQs are lower than David's. Doesn't mean anything, so you're not as smart as he is. Go ahead, tell him.
118.
How about yours, Mr. Slaughter?
125.
You see, very close. That's why you get along so well together.
And nice little IQs they are, too. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What's yours, Dad?
You really want to know?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Father to son, no secrets, I'll tell you. My IQ is 190. Oh, sorry, I've got to go to the studio.
But, Dad, Albert Einstein's IQ is only 185.
Oh, we know much more now than they did then.
Hi, Georgette. Come on in.
Hi, Mary. What are you reading?
Ah, The Importance of Being Selfish. It's a book about how a person should worry about her own problems without getting involved in other people's. Really terrific.
Goodbye, Mary.
Come on in. What's on your mind?
Are you sure it's okay? I could find somebody who hasn't read the book yet.
No. Come on in. Sit down.
Well, I hate to bother you, but I really don't know what to do, Mary.
What's wrong?
Everything. Ted and I should never have taken David to see that child psychologist.
Well, I thought you were so pleased to find out David's bright.
Oh, I was, but Ted doesn't know how to deal with it. It's like he's afraid of him now. And David knows it and takes advantage of it. I mean, Ted's so impressed with him that he lets him do whatever he wants to. If David wants to stay up till midnight, Ted lets him. If David doesn't want to eat his dinner, Ted doesn't make him. Yesterday, he wanted his allowance doubled.
And Ted gave it to him?
Oh, come on. You can only push Ted so far.
Want some coffee?
Yes, thanks. You know, David used to be such a sweet boy. Now he's spoiled rotten. He talks back, he throws temper tantrums, and he calls Ted the silver dummy. And Ted just laughs at it. Couldn't you talk to him for me?
Me?
Yes. Explain to him that even though David may be brighter than other children, he's still a child and needs discipline just as much, if not more, than other children. And that Ted can't be intimidated by him, or else he's shirking his responsibility as a father.
Georgette, why don't you talk to him?
I wouldn't know what to say.
Say, listen, Mayor, is it okay if I let David sit in the control booth? It's something that I promised him. I know it's against the rules, but...
Yes, Ted, fine.
Okay. Then after the show, I promised him he could take one of the cameras apart. Well, he could probably put it back together.
I don't care what you say. I want to go. I want to go.
We'll
see what your father has to say about this.
Hey, what's going on?
I promised my mother I'd bring the baby over. David insists that I take him to the museum instead.
We have a terrific exhibit, Dad. I want to see it, and she won't take me. She's mean. Now, what do you think, Miss Richards? Don't you think she should take me to the museum?
David, I think this is something your parents have to decide.
That's right. It's our responsibility.
Ted, talk to him. Use your authority.
Okay. David, your mother wants to visit with her mother, and I think she should. Now, if you want to go to the museum, I'll take you tomorrow.
I don't want to go tomorrow. I want to go now.
Kid's got a point, Georgette. Maybe you ought to take him to the museum.
Ted, you have to be firm.
Okay. Georgette, take that kid to the museum.
Ted, if you won't handle this, I'll have to. David, we are going to see my mother, and that's that.
Well, I think it's mean and rotten, and I abhor you.
David, don't you ever use that word in front of your mother.
It just means I hate her.
Ted.
All right, David, come on with me.
Where are we going?
To get spanked.
Oh, come on, Dad. That's old-fashioned.
So am I. Lou, you've got to do me a favor.
Hi, Mr. Ray.
Hi, David. How are you?
Lou?
What?
I've got to use your office just for a few minutes.
What do you want my office for?
I've got to spank my kid.
You don't want to spank David.
Yes, I do. You got a hairbrush handy?
What would he be doing with a hairbrush?
Go ahead, spank him.
I've got to do it, Lou. He just made Georgette cry, and I'm his father, and it's my duty to teach him a lesson.
Okay, I understand.
You wouldn't want to spank him for me, would you, Lou?
No, Ted, I'll be outside.
Well, okay. Let's get this over with.
You're really going to do this?
David, you're a very smart little boy. But it's a lot more being smart than just having a high IQ. And what you did out there just now, making your mother cry, was not smart. That was dumb. I know. I also know, even though I'm still learning how to be a father, what I have to do now is right. Now, you're a lot smarter than I am, a lot cuter than I am. I've only got one thing going for me. I'm bigger than you are. Come on.
Okay, Dad.
Now, don't hold this against me, because this is for your own good.
Okay.
Just try to understand I'm trying to be a good father. I also want you to be a good son. Now, your mother loves you. I love you. I don't ever want to have to do this again.
Are you all right, Dad?
I'm fine. I didn't want to hurt you, but you had that coming to you.
Don't cry, Dad.
David, don't ever make me do this again. I can't take it.
I won't, Dad. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I had to spank you.
You know something, Dad?
What?
I'm really glad you're my father.
Even though I just spanked you?
Well, spare the rod and you spoil the child.
Spare the rod and spoil the child. That's genius. You're genius.
can turn the world on with her smile. Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Have another?
Mary, when are we going to eat dinner?
Pretty soon. I'm waiting for another guest.
Well, who else do you know?
I invited Nell Price.
Mary, I'm surprised at you being so insecure. You have to butter up the station manager by having him to dinner.
Ed.
I'll get it. Mel, we were worried sick about you.
Hi, Mary. Hi, Lou.
Hi.
Georgette. Hi. I'm sorry I'm late. There was a little problem at the station. Mort Lockwood just walked out. Suddenly find myself with an hour of variety programming to fill.
Oh, my God.
Ted, aren't you taking it awfully hard?
Well, the poor man. He wakes up this morning like any other day and he has to fill a whole hour of programming. I don't know where you're going to get anybody else in a hurry.
Ted, are you suggesting that you can handle this show?
Well, it hadn't occurred to me, but it's a darn good notion.
You don't understand, Ted. This is not just a news show. It needs an entertainer.
Hey, guys, he thinks I'm not an entertainer. What's this? Mary, do you have a large blindfold?
Gee, I'm sorry, Ted. All my blindfolds are in the wash. What would a napkin do?
Oh, sure. This is a little something Georgette and I worked up as an act for a church benefit. Come on, everybody, inside. Okay, take it, Georgette.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ted is going to demonstrate mental powers you never knew he had.
What's he gonna do, come in out of the rain?
As I pass among you, I'm going to ask each one for an object, which the amazing Theodore, completely blindfolded, will correctly identify just by reading my mind. Ready, Teddy?
Ready.
I'm holding an object, Ted, and thinking about it.
I'm getting very strong waves.
Ted, get the lead out and let's come to the point.
Aha! I think I have it. You're holding a pencil.
The amazing Theodore! What am I holding now, Ted? Don't blow it.
You're holding a trumpet.
Who would be carrying a trumpet?
A trombone.
Think carefully, Ted. Everybody knows
Everybody knows what?
that, this is nothing to sneeze at.
Ah, I'm getting very strong waves.
No more hanky-panky, Ted.
I'm getting very, very strong waves.
Ted, what I'm holding is made of cloth, and you squeeze it with your fingers and you blow into it.
It's a bagpipe.
Ted, you big palooka, we don't have a signal for a bagpipe. But I think you did very well, don't you?
Weren't they unbelievable, Mary?
Unbelievable.
The way they worked with each other, the tenderness, the innocent charm. When was the last time you heard anybody called a palooka?
I didn't mean it in a bad way. I think he's a nice palooka.
Oh, I know. And it shows. In fact, I think the two of you are the cutest husband and wife team I've seen in years. How'd you like to turn pro?
Great idea.
And you won't even have to give up the news show. I just think that a husband and wife team could add a whole new element to that show.
You said a mouthful there. Because it took you a little longer than most people, but it was worth waiting for.
Oh, look at this set.
Oh, hi, Mary.
Hi, Georgette.
Georgette. Gee, thanks for coming.
Oh, are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it. Your opening show.
Well, it's just an audition, Mary. If we blow it, it's also our closing show.
No.
Ah, you won't blow it. Where's Ted?
Talking to the choreographer.
The choreographer? I didn't know the show was going to have dancing.
Well, it wasn't. It was Ted's idea. He wants a big production number on every show.
How can you have a production number? There's just you, Ted, and one guest.
I know. I hope the bishop can dance.
Hey, Lou, Mary.
Hi, John.
Hey, I had no idea show business was so exciting. The station's really giving us the big star treatment. You know, we just left the dressing room. There's a 12-year-old bottle of scotch and a bouquet of roses. Who knows, maybe next week there'll be something for you, Georgette. Hey, you know the best thing of all? They gave me a flunky.
A flunky?
Well, yeah, you know, star needs someone to do errands for them. Elliot. Yes, sir. This is my flunky. Give him some pictures.
I have one, Elliot. Come on, Ted. Let's get started.
Okay. If you want those autographed, Elliot can do that, too. Make them personal. They're close friends.
Wish us luck.
Good luck.
A lot of luck.
Thanks.
Gee, this is exciting. It's like being at
Los Alamos.
Los Alamos.
Birthplace of the biggest bomb in history.
Oh, Red.
Well, here we go. Any predictions?
Yeah, it should shorten the war by at least 2 years.
Good evening and welcome to Tonight in Town. And here are tonight's guest hosts, Ted and Georgette Baxter.
Hello, hello.
Hooray, hooray.
I'm Ted.
And I'm Georgette.
Don't touch that dial.
Don't go away.
You ain't seen...
Nothing yet.
We're not talking A-bomb, Mary. We're talking H-bomb.
That was cute.
Huh?
That was pretty cute. Well, I wouldn't want to see it often, but it was cute.
Well, here we are, Teddy Bear, on our very own show.
Live from Minneapolis. And I'd like to say hello to all my friends out there.
And if it's okay, I'd like to say hello to our children. Hi, David. Hi, Mary Lou.
And I'd like to say a word to our babysitter. I'm not paying you $1 an hour to watch television.
He's only kidding. Don't pay attention to this big lie.
They really are cute, Lou.
Adorable. Well, Mary, I think I'll go now. I'll see you in the office tomorrow.
Come on, Mr. Grant, you gotta watch the rest of the show.
Oh, that's okay. I've gotten the flavor of it.
A real friend would stay for the whole show.
And now it's time for our first commercial. But don't go away, everybody. As soon as we get back, the amazing Theodore, that's Teddy, is going to show us his incredible mind-reading ability.
Okay, let's go.
This part of the program is brought to you by Bowser Banquet, the doggy food that every dog loves.
Yes, sir. You just watch Happy here gobble up her Bowser Banquet. Okay, come and get it. Come on, Happy. Here you are, Atta girl. It's all for you. It's all yours. Go ahead, gobble it up. You want to play choo-choo. Okay. Here comes the choo-choo. Ease. Well, I guess you forgot about playing choo-choo. Did you want to grow up to be a Great Dane? Come on, it's really good for you. I'll show you how good it is. I'll taste it for you. Dog food!
Hey, Lou, look, I gotta ask you something. You were a crime reporter. I mean, you've seen appalling things. Nothing ghastly shocks you. So, would you explain why...
The success of the Ted and Georgette show.
Exactly. Now, they've been on almost 2 weeks, Lou, and, well, their ratings are higher than ever. Now, why do people watch that stuff, Lou? It's so ordinary. You got the dumb talent hunt, you got the beautiful baby contest. Oh, you know who the big guests were yesterday? A couple celebrating the 3rd wedding anniversary. Hey, Lou, where do they find those guests? I mean, they're so dull. The night watchman and the dry cleaners. You know, it's like they make dull a requirement to get on the show.
Go figure it out, Murray. Who with any intelligence would want to be on a show like that?
Hey, guys, guess what?
What?
I'm going to be a guest on the Ted and Georgette show next week. What's so funny?
Oh, we were just asking where do Ted and Georgette get their talent, and you just strolled right on in.
Oh,
yeah.
Right at that instant.
Yeah, that very instant.
So, what are you going to do on the show, Mary?
I think they probably want to ask me some questions about producing a news show. Of course, they want a light touch, too. So I thought of an opening joke.
You going to tell an opening joke?
Yeah, and I want to try it out on you because I don't want to use it unless it's very funny.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I thought I would say, I'm very glad to be here tonight. Of course, the way my cabbie drove, I'd be glad to be anywhere. Is it very funny?
I guess it is.
I think it's funny.
I knew it was.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Can I have Elliot get anybody a cup of coffee?
No, thank you.
Cream and sugar.
I thought you drank it black.
Well, I do, but I'm training him to handle a little more responsibility. Well, enough chit-chat. I'm a busy man. Mary, the baseball player who had scheduled for tonight fell out. We want you to fill in for him.
Me? Tonight?
Well, you're going to be on next week anyway. What's the difference?
But, Ted, it's so sudden. I mean, I don't have time to prepare for it.
What's to prepare? It's an interview. We ask you how the news is done, and you tell us.
Yeah, it's about time Ted found out anyhow.
If you're a pro, you can be ready at a moment's notice. Right?
Right.
When I'm right, I'm right. Well, Mary, what do you say? Time is money. Can you get yourself ready in a couple of hours?
No. Yes, I guess. I don't...
All right, fine. It's settled. I've got to go. I've got to check those sets. Say goodbye for me. I don't have time.
Goodbye.
Hello, Mom. Listen, I'm not going to be on the show next week. I'm going to be on tonight. Okay, I'll talk to you afterwards. Bye-bye. Georgette, hi! Oh, I am so excited. I'm going to be on the show tonight. I mean, I'm not even sure I'll know what to say, but I am really excited.
Me too, Mary. I'm thrilled to death.
Good. Georgette, what is it?
I don't want to do the show anymore.
Why not?
I don't enjoy it. I spend all day at the studio. I never see my children. I never get to cook a meal. I never get to do anything in my own house. And I miss doing those things, Mary. Maybe it's dumb.
No, Georgette, that's not dumb.
I never wanted to be a performer. I just did it because Ted wanted me to. And now the show's a hit and I can't get out of it and I want my old life back. Oh, Mary, can you understand that?
Of course I can.
Am I being unreasonable?
Of course you're not.
Does it make any sense at all?
Sure it does.
Damn right.
Georgette, why don't you just go to Ted and tell him you don't want to do the show anymore?
Because it means so much to him. It would break his heart if he had to give it up.
But, Georgette, you got to think of yourself, too. You can't go through life unhappy. I mean, there's no point in being a martyr.
I guess you're right, Mary. I have to talk to Ted. But I want to find the right moment. I think I'll wait till tonight when we're alone together in bed, and then I'll tell him I don't want to anymore. And when he finds out that I mean the show, he'll be so relieved he'll agree to anything.
Thank you for your nice letter. It's always nice to hear from a fan. I can't honor your request for tickets, But I am enclosing an autographed picture.
And how shall I sign that?
Your loving son, Ted.
5 minutes, Ted.
Oh, hi, honey. How's Mary?
Oh, she's a little nervous, but she'll be fine.
Ah, sure she will. Am I right?
You're right.
When I'm right, I'm right. We have such a bright future, Georgette.
Right, Ted?
Hey, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Yes, there is. When a guy's married as long as I have, he gets to spot those little clues. Elliot, find out what's the matter.
Ted, you and I will talk about it when we're alone.
We are alone. Oh, okay, that's enough. Thanks a lot. I mean, let's face it, how can you improve on God's handiwork? Thank you. Hey, what's bothering you?
We're still not alone, Ted.
Sorry, Elliot. Would you excuse me?
Certainly, Mr. Baxter. Anything you say?
Ted, I want to talk to you about the show. I don't want to do it now, but I think we should sit down and have a serious talk afterward.
Why can't we talk about it now?
It's too close to airtime.
So?
It might upset you.
Hey, you're talking to Ted Baxter, the professional's professional. I don't get upset by things.
Well, you might.
Nothing you could say to me could affect my performance out there.
That's not true. Remember the time Murray told you just before the news that Lassie was 3 different dogs? And you had to have ice pressed against the back of your neck before you could go on?
Hey, Georgia, if there's something you want to talk about, let's talk.
All right. Ted, I don't want to do the show anymore. I tried. I really tried. But I'm really not happy.
Oh, Georgette, that's out of the question. We're a big hit. We've got to do the show, and that's all there's to it.
All right, Ted, if that's what you really want.
Hey. You know, Teddy Bear doesn't like to see his Georgette looking sad. Come on now. Let me see your nice, big, happy face. There, that's better.
Mary, do you want me to sit in the middle?
Sit in the middle.
And don't worry, this'll be fun.
How can you do this to me, Georgette? Right in the middle of a successful show.
Okay, everybody, here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from Minneapolis, here are Ted and Georgette Baxter.
Hello.
Hooray, hooray.
I'm Ted.
And I'm Georgette.
Don't touch that dial.
Don't go away.
You ain't seen.
Nothing yet. Why don't you tell everybody about tonight's guest, honey?
Mary Richards, the producer of the 6 o'clock news.
We'll be back with our guest right after these messages. Ted, I can't do it. I tried. I gave it all I had, but I just can't do it. I'm sorry for letting you down.
Hey, wait a minute, Georgette. Georgette.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know, I'm sure that any people who are watching must be wondering why I'm here alone, and I know that people usually enjoy behind-the-scenes stuff, and the reason that I'm here alone is because Ted and Georgette aren't here. But I think that they'll be back shortly, if there's a God in heaven. I produce the 6 o'clock news, and I'm sure that they plan to ask me a lot of questions about that. Like, how long have I been producing the news? 7 years. Do I enjoy it. Sure do. Well, what exactly does a producer do? Oh, boy, you name it. Well, okay. One of the things that I do is setting the whole lineup for the show, seeing, how many commercials we have and when they come in the show. Like, when's the next commercial in this show? 17 minutes?
It won't work, kid. Please, you can do this alone.
No, I can't. I checked. You want the both of us on the show. What would it be like without you? Hello, hello. I'm Ted. Don't touch that dial. You ain't seen. I need you, honey.
I'm sorry, Ted, but I can't help it. Why does it just seem more important to me to raise the children than to do the show?
I mean, what do you think? I wouldn't want to change diapers and scrub the floor? I mean, somebody's got to put on makeup and sit in the spotlight.
Ted, one of us has got to make a big sacrifice.
Oh, gee. Why does it always have to be you?
And then there's that question that everybody wants an answer to. What do I do after I check the promo log? Well, I'd like to answer that question, but I'm afraid I don't have any time. Oh, I do have time.
Ted, I can't do it.
This is very important to you, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right. All right, I'll give it up. I'll give it up. I'll give up the fame. I'll give up the money. But can I ask one thing of you in return?
Sure.
Can I keep Elliot?
Sometimes there's some film to look at, and then I brown bag it in the screening room. Am I getting too technical? Oh, it's time for a commercial already. Okay, I'm sure Jed and Ted will be back soon, so don't go away.
Back in 30 seconds.
I can't. I just can't.
Keep doing what you're doing.
I can't do it. I can't.
What's wrong, Miss Richards?
You have no idea how lonely it is up there.
Yeah? Try being a messenger boy for Howard Hughes.
You were a messenger boy for Howard Hughes?
Yeah, for 3 years. Nobody ever let me talk. All I did all day was listen.
Elliot, come sit down. We're going to give you a chance to talk. Isn't it always the way just when you give up hope? Okay, guys, come on, let's move it. Let's get those cameras rolling. We got a show to do here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello again. My next guest is Elliot. Elliot, what were you just telling me your job was for 3 years?
Errand boy for Howard Hughes.
Then did you actually meet Mr. Hughes and get to speak with him?
Oh, yeah, lots of times.
Well, then I imagine you have many stories to tell us about Mr. Hughes's last years.
About 1 million or 2, that's all.
Okay. Why don't you just tell us some of the things you used to do for him?
Well, one of the things I did was I used to make him snacks.
Oh.
Yeah, one of his favorites was this very special peach melba I used to make for him. Yeah, it was a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top of a plain pound cake with fresh peaches with a little bit of chocolate syrup. Oh, he used to really love that.
I don't blame him. I'd love some myself.
All right, Miss Richards, I'll get you one.
No!